I was here for a mamunyana. Yamamu Akwaba, ha, neat 100.9 FM. Me 19 was so egua utieno. Production crew as well, Joe Damia do my Jerry on Sarge, my frema, a bankro, and Ananaya Safo. Wonyana, Bomchidom, Fiduemo, and Nevia. And it's baby Bia, what's a min can we? Memo, a very beautiful good afternoon. Yes, yes, Ariana, and Shadam Mokasibiasa. It is said the word that no echo no a kamapa. Make I was said ne a Benadawate 17th May 2022. Them say me no fit jump. Yeguswa ye koya nim san krankra yeguswa koya nim sabusia yeguswa koya nim ese kro yeguswa koya nim so mine. Ameka wonya what mo. E wo msa ne memo den de aminua ene ma de mu aye den papa. Nanso ye wonyame bia ye de ho atwere no ye wonyame bia ye nim no ye wo botan bia ye de ho atwere no ye wo botan bia ye de ho ato no so ba bia mu aye dimpo no o se wonim ne de eto obeyin afiri mu aye odofo ade ba ko ne sese wutimi sore eda sore na wotinkom ahoden na nyame ye wadom Emma upie frifie ekokrom se wo kwa akodi dwa se wo kwa adwuma se de ma ba adwuma yi se wo kosra wo bi se wo ye den na nyame adom o meko school bibia o matimi akwa asan ba bedru fie asomdwe mu a odofo eya dom eya dom bi keke because ensem bebre niam bebre na esie ye hunu hwe kura na ye hwe free ayi achimota ekonsa wa mu kwan yi so na watwe bia nkwanhia si wo saa kwan na me wadom de wutwa saa kwan no afimu ni nyina wo hu mo wede ba kokora so mbu be say ye die ntia ya dom wai ato ye ntem timi esi abrante yi a abrosifo akwachi ni ya sese ye hunu da wawuo so ote ase o sa ye dan yo pintimi hunu da wo ba abede They are only a bear man cabede. They are what fast young cabede. They are one panan cabede. And I a wukunan cabede. It in some sisio and some sisi. A moment as for a dinner no to ya no more a see. It was Oriana Pansana be Pierre Fred, you know, who say yes, sir. Who say Yamia was some non sa. Se wo sre bambo ontutu ana mo nsiye onka wonko ba bia hojo obi amfa na san ama me san wo Ghana ha se wo ho no obi ka tro se wo minya wo ameku da fom ni mu ni panecha wo sika so ho ayi bi fa che no why na koma ento ne yam because wo a wawu Pinsi a whole member of parliament with security, with CCTV cameras and a whole lot of crown force and so ya born a power to me about run fear aqua kuno just like that. Date mine wo ho na yere wo ho obia ante obia hunu besi ne ye hunu ni poku no shedan hunu asem na ni yie ena sei ochena sei hwe menua obi ka cho so beku apane ai kada botomu a 50 Ghana bi 100 Ghana cheno na koma ento ne yam why I was here for her live on Facebook and YouTube. What is? And there, that's some radia yem. As my one day, I swat seba from Kakra. A brantia one cabishi muada, and I drew the sumo 2:30 a.m. Lucy for the unregistered car. Aquachin. Adaya, you saw I am robber. In the daytime, Muntiminjano, and our daytime, ya would Johnny. Anyway, his investigations go so ekoso. I was here for me di e de MAAME BIAMAH AKWAFO betimi afra me BIAMZ one woman gada MAAME soja na de soja ma ye mmere. BIAMAH brofo de kora betimi afra me. E brofo de e de me ko saito, enso me brofo e de. Saito for ya yensua brofo no ya no ho. Esua gu yensa ho. Ate ase. Wo de awusia saito ni bia ma ne ntwero brofo nto pepa so. Ho na abehu say yes, ene ne handwriting. Come on. Demo mo kan yezo omie na no. Ye asem aba. Eze wansua enwu na no ho. Osua dugu ne nsa ho. Ate ase. Ti me ye frame brofo de. Ebisiame na me di dwumade ho kya me free sabre ko se no nan ebebo me no nan ebebo pepe na me sorry a me nua Ola Michael eba beji adwa na waje entata de akofie me twa me hotel me twa ba pepe aboma ni tue ne bena dai ye bekoso aka ye beka kosi se kwan so bedwo ye beka kosi se ewu anipa ewu ewo kwan so edem anipa di ewo kwan so no etuo betwa it is a tuon twaya ye nyai kan ye kwaba na ye de kwan so kosakosa ho da wubo e kwan so dwodwo ho da wubo ye de abrem enti enko ba bia atwen me twam ho abasisi a so timbuktu Ghana Mali Sumanguru you know what you show Manchester you know
any trust me me ka asem bi me say yamfa sori sika ma sori ba saji kwa yaduma ni sawo yamfa sori di sika asma mi kramuntie tiye se asori sika no ni atam ni ade ama sori ba saji kwa yaduma enye no koreda yamfa sori sika no amma besia muntie haye yamfa sori ni sika ntie school fees muntie haye anya se le ba yareda konfu anache enti awasa sori ne betua enya sanati shebi tumuso enya sanati teniye munti asem ni ye asori sika no ya de ya sori adwuma amen ya de ya sori no adwuma amen what you say ya de bi sindai ya de bi ton konwa teniye ya de bi ton fidie aye kasam sori adwuma ti haye ya de bi penti da no ya de bi to asase awo baby bebre enti wo sori ba no una wo so akoye adwuma ba support wo sori no so se bagio what you say me pasa asem we kakra yi what you say you only papa bro wow they are foreign almost see and sorry on them on this of my men adwen on pass of my men asem yes and you trust him me ka asem bi me say yamfa sori sika ma sori ba saji koye adwuma ni sawo yamfa sori di sika asma mi kan tie tiye se asori sika no ni atam ni ade ama sori ba saji koye adwuma enye no koreda yamfa sori sika no amma besia muntia haye yamfa sori ni sika ntie school fees muntia haye anya se le ba yareda konfu anache enti awasa sori ne betua enye sanati shebi tumuso enye sanati teniye munti asem ni ye asori sika no ya de ya asori adwuma amen ya de ya asori no adwuma amen what you say ya de bi sindai ya de bi ton konwa teniye ya de bi ton fidie aye kasam sori adwuma ti haye ya de bi penti da no ya de bi to asase awo baby bebre enti wo asori ba no una wo so akoye adwuma ba support wo asori no so se bagio what you say me pasa asem we kakra yi what you say you only papa bro wow they are foreign almost see and sorry on them on this of my men adwen on pass of my men asem so for my men so wo ma wo do won on nso be what you say and you trust him.
In my own view, we cannot, as Africans, keep on lamenting, because the problem with us Africans also is that we are prisoners of sorrows and lamentation. So we say, oh, God, let's not allow God to enter into these things which we can do ourselves. God is very busy with very serious issues upstairs. He has given us minds and hearts, and we had better use them, because the divine instruction is to go and subdue the world. On our part, we have allowed the world to subdue us. Then we are complaining, God, you know, and Pastor, you are here. there are certain things that can only be solved by hard work and logic, and yet we think they can be solved by prayer and fasting. That will not happen. So my own view is we must begin to do things for ourselves. If the land needs to be worked, we must work the land. And we cannot continue to work the land the way Abraham used to work the land with the plows. We've got to mechanize. If, as people say, if the Africa did not benefit from the first industrial revolution, we must benefit from the first industrial revolution. And you know, in these matters, these very serious matters, nobody invites you. You invite yourself to the dinner table. Yeah. And you get crushed the dinner table. Yeah. So that you are noticed. You know, right now, many Africans, and I say this because we Africans, people are on top of the dinner table eating silent steak and caviar, and we are under the table fighting over crumbs. This is what is happening. When you see black on black violence, it is essentially, what are we fighting for? Crumbs. Crumbs. The real meal is on the table. That is where we should be. That is where the good. But you see the problem, when you are under the table, you cannot see what is on the table. You only see the bottom of the table. And therefore, the only thing you can see are the crumbs that have dropped. And I'm suggesting to us, particularly we in the political class, deliberate efforts must be made. I know that in many...
And I be bo the ro ye be yan chechere dia fa ekwan so kosakose ehon ekwan so jojo ho se be ya amenu mienu ya ye nam kwan so no ye be ya hwe yie ye de mra ne hwehwe ye be ya adwuma netimi aboa yen ya bo enipa ne ajapade ho ban ya bo akra ho ban netimi aboa yen na ya awreho se wutu kwan wo kwa ba wo ne abusua dinkra se me kwa ba sesi a menche kra na wani beti na ejina sama don kwanta ye urade wo we di empare me e pesa me boa me ho ansa e pesa me di me bre so adwuma ansa mami ko so bisa ya ebe ya pa se meti hei 30 gram kama na me po adwuma me kofio me nkonkoduru eni bete no na me wo baby foforo bi enkwanta foforo bi na me gina so efere obi a ente eni bete no na ye twa me nan baako ana ensa ehwan ana jese itirimu apai ebe me ya papa ijiri se wo a wutie me nsoso no so ebeto wa ye oya say adwene ho saa pa adwene because me ti ho emi kita mofra ejiri say wo a wutie me no susu kuta mofra wo yere wo maame wo kunu say wo mo hwere wo a how would the experience be like? How would the feeling be like? So when wukita abusua no wunni ho a why na behwe mofra no wunni ho a den wo ma ho Jane wo yira na wukunu ho utisi kwan so a it is a anya man nyina e di afusa ne wo wutirimu a be ya hweye wani beda ho ade ase ye azam na ye kana nya fa di agro se bia to pen ada etiane awia nso so yesin konwa na nyame ya dom ama yenua ba pel adusu jesi on in charge of communications department our national road safety authority pel abeka yensa wa hase ye manakwa aba ne no edi enkomo pel ewie ye mo akwa aba
meje so bi
na wa ma ya fe wa che
enye easy o
bi abako de ewie so wa
nya sana so wa efe pa
ye da se wa ba ye hwe road safety anase kan kwanhia efri January osome no mu a eba ebesi eprobosome no emu a enkwanhia de ebiasi yesa kura ebiasi pa na mom say what to afra say 2021 the same period ho a na say ase afidie no swat kakra because afi enipa 232 na free January ebepem April no omo afemo ahwomo enkwa as against last year 244. Okay, as at January to April no enkwanhia 5169 na sisi aha me owo na ya na mehwe owuo no okay nipa 943 as at from January to April. Okay. Okay. When you January there 232 na me boy na January pedi. Magic bi na akoso ana. Reduction no. Enya ya nka enko fom mo kra enchensa den na ekoso road safety.
Yo me da sepa se ene nyame ya adoma masan beka wo ho a ye ekwan so kose mpensen mu ene emu nkyerɛkyerɛ me chiechia motiefuo nyina ene mojumayefo nyina ene National Road Safety Authority jumayefo a me papa me teacher me bibia me mentor engineer David Osafo Adonten eda won ano me ma won nyina moni ejuma wechia ye ma me a ono so na odi enim ye ma me Mrs engineer me obri eboa omu nyina omu juma so omu ye ni management staff asen amo so ye leading no eno na ede sanso so aso papeya ye ka ho asem ebodum de re ache enya magical eye jumaden eye nyina ye wo road safety management circle no mu ejumaden ni ye ni da ho a ye ni bre ye se akwanhia ye frɛ no indices no se ne ekosoro no abroso akoye te se de yate ada na yenye bibia no nti obia yemfa ye ho nhyem te enya authority wo ya na ya anwen ye se kakra kire se ewom se wo ye sister agency ana se wo ye transport operator no ye dwuma nanso wanye de ebema kwanhia so ate a yenso ye we ye vrade se ye ebeye ye da enye ye demum nanso ye bema mra no aye dwuma nti no ye beye authority no mra boy chidom kire se ese ye regulated transport sector no na ye ma compliance notice to various stakeholder institutions and duty bearers omo road safety management space no mu nti saa akwenya na se mra na boy chidom no na ye tumi edi wure mu a ye ni obia ye pa ko a ene yehu susu asopa yehu any campaign ye chichiri obia ehye mu afi ye corporate organization individuals CSOs any stakeholder agencies obia program bia obeye bia na ya maudi abewura ye stay alive campaign ase eto obia ye na afamu de se ye betse ye friend is saying results papa eno na ene busume nan echi afimu ye de toto afia etwemu ho a ye hu se de ensi beye emfiensia kwa numumu no afi de nyame aton so pa egu ye dwumaden so a ene ye nya saa ensoso asope ye de rade ase na ye bo National Road Safety Authority ene won dwumayefo ene other related agencies a mo keka ho nyina especially commercial drivers abaso say ye nyina ye di dwumaden edu sa pempenso yi
ye bebo mo abaso de na so me still na me da so hu se enkwanhia dodo no edos kwanhia na even yemfa January nko akra de no edos because as at January 2022 me were 1237 e wa hase and no ye road crash injuries edos because at least yenya attain bi
ade ye nyina yenya po anka se obi me fa se traffic mu no ye wo na wo pentem nti wudi kotwi obi pramba ewu amba enumpo ba ko pesi a na ebi crazy afimu no a san ye nyina ye pe no but wuni made e koso over the years no pass adoso ehyen adoso say in our records no every year be I register over 100,000 vehicles.
Wow.
100,000 afibia.
Hey.
Afibia
100,000 vehicle and ya kwan so ye the same
expansion by Emma it says over 3 million vehicles for Ghana ya man no senia your friend is saying ya kase etie no ebi meka ho and a population so so me kaisa media ya wo me won kran he ya of connection between of connection ni bubu ase me kaisa ya nkwala no ya kon kran kra utumi 90 free of connection kon kran na wo nam circle train that there no so wo ko connection 90 enne obi ananti bi ye nyina even me free me fie kra ekoso one lake kra me faka connection po it nyama na asesa over the time the cars adoso nipa adoso meanwhile no cars send ya wokan no cars no adoso no ya kwan no send etie na etie ewo mu a na me kai se me ere mu ho na eya techem na enye ta ya beta but the same weight and length no eno expansion bia ememu nti no bo se cars no adoso no obi apentem akọ nti se okọ pe boss wo traffic mu a odu baby e ho ye free oh na fe de yen konkon nti it is speed no na say speed do so a e ma kwanhia ni si a impact no ntumi save wo niam a ebe kọ no eno na ema akwanhia no do so nti na ka anye se cars dodo aba ye man mu ene ehun nipa dodo so those times so na minim say population 15 million say ya double no correct enti no wo de fa toto ho enti say nkan no ka ba ko na benya kwahia sesi a double ana triple saa na akoba no nanti senya interventions ana ejuma national road safety ni won a wokeka ho mpo anka akwanhia no naka ebeye double na triple de ekoso no ba empo no ese say ye best practices na so ye so ano yenya aye kraro say ye woska ye beto car ye be kraka ye betenemu de na say hihye papa bata ho na ye tumi eso akwanhia nsa na ekwanya sa ye bedi your friend is a technology echi say car ba efe ye nyina dafu bi na kan o say utika mu na wu ni sika kra ye bu sika ni na ye nyina ye ko me ko wale sisi na ba ma ni nika ye hu so nya be ma pa ta so na wusu ye ejuma na wu nika ye se wa ka echiri to bia pese oye den otena ka wonya ka na otena ka mu enti wu be hu se over the years kra data na statistics na so tete no commercial vehicles so but private kosoro essence say ye nyina ye to cars and uko we ase
me ba me twa no pel me twa no o say private vehicles 2021 972 cases and a see 2022 I'm say 837
omo de bia omo kosoro
16% increase
no private vehicles
as January 2022
wo share your friend is saying April to January to April 3,879 for private vehicles and I will share 2021 3,811
oh okay
enti akosoro enti no so asan kosoro about 1% okay. But we shop a commercial vehicle na tro buses na 2,914 to compare with private no 2,000 muna we were 3,000
hey me pa mo chow myself for
but all the compare and no crampo 2021 na omo no 3,341 ono mo so atwan ana atiaba o say
swat impo no
swat no o say omo ye effort omo ye effort even motorcycles ya ono kra de bia ebo omo echi omo kra swat omo kra na 1,871
okay
and now share 2021 January to April na 2,184 na just almost cra say moto vehicle categories na swat aka private it myself for face ya ube say myself for na ndra na me ne some taxi driver bi bon komo penimu oda taxi driver ku bi no ankasa so wo drivers training school or see Uber ni boat for no and na private for there no cost no
yeah classify Uber for as private
say omo we no yehu car na say car no I say taxi and car woni no yehu as private car yehu as private car and now we can say oh am no mo na yeso ye gidie wo mu so so omo comport omo ho omo di bran so obo ni seat belt taxi driver omo seat belt ono on kasa e wo phone so taxi driver obe kasa ono on koya argument wo car no mu but taxi driver obeye
but apart from Uber names I boat na se for no myself ankasa ne ono ankasa to ne car wo dem no so ebinum 40 making calls
no na make a kira driver papa ne say make a kira papa ne say boat no de o kan me ni nya adwen so say me ma fa boat bebre ana Uber bebre wutimu a om comport omo ho eti da obi a wan comport no me bi san say na wo ye taxi driver na e na wa graduate because om comport omo eti myself for ankasa officers na omo wo cars no omu kono mu nsa te say me fa so obi okofa commercial vehicle onu mu nsa nyon na be kaka obra na wada na so say me private driver many kum na car no me de akono me nja nsi ho enti me driver be fe me amabo me ameni kum me amema no omu hwe ma na omu to so na omu hwe omu de akobom
na no bi me ti fence box pop and mema ne complain we kware ne trotro drivers ne kasae om say ma na omo shape ni ade no etimi omo nya accident
pa omo ankasa kraka omo ankasa ka say omo dress ye nti ye ko bebi ne ye kan na omo so aka che say wo nim say sa da no wa be fa kwan ho a pa chome nko she mini skirt any jeans ha title na wo hips ne wo to no
wo drive na no so obi dress na me baby na no
wo say nipa say ye boaboa ye ho say ye nya nimde say mema te ho na nkasa no omo ani ha wo mo enti no de bi omo to amane mu no enti no yen so ye be boa omo kakra se na be ye ani no ehu de etan ya enhwe nimienu ana ehu de enye expose sa na enhwe nimienu na enso ye kasa no ye nkasa omo tirimu nya omo do omo so omo nya self control omo so omo hu se omo ye mistake to e bia akohia nipa nkwa ekitawo nti na private cars no say eno no ayeden ekosoro na mpo no ye de rade asese ye ade private commercial ni motor no still no number of vehicles na ye involved in the crashes no take off for essence motor ni commercial for no omo de no so te pa te affect private for nti ye ben fa akwanyan so abo private drivers obi bia o tie mi a okita private car yes re say ye be ko training schools no mu driver training schools mu ye beje omu data ho na ya boabo mo na ya to omufo utu omufo mu ntie because omu ni under any management we share corporate drivers na because of omu under management nti ye to make akoye retraining mo yeah, continuous retraining.
Even crying corporate institutions, some drivers no. You said that crowd the boca no say in case of
careless driving, call
this number.
Sir, it's and also a way of enforcement. So na your mad directives be 2020 if it say every operator need unions no omonfa road safety officer among us akra omo wodeda station masters no omo ye nkrofobia omo drivers no hu omo as headmasters omo check omo iti wa wusu ene wo ban enkoye no omo tumi kra be yiwedi iti wo so wo ba no wo check wo ho ba private car ho na ekwa check
say road safety dia kwa be na mo de private cars na be fa so honest
eno na make say ye ni DVLA be liesi say ye nyina ye stakeholders in the road safety management circle iti ye ni omo liesi a na ye ni driving school so no aye ba ko nti ye be gi omu data no ti ye gi omu data na eno say ye to me your community engagement outrages no na ye ni omo hia but before that no because ye nim so omo ye to me hia omo union mu no ye kon sorry
okay
ye come mosque
okay
ye come market squares and no ye friend the outreach team and no regions na ye djuma ho pa enti say won say National Road Safety Authority ye wa ye head office na ye friend say administrative works bebre crossing operational works no ye wo Greater Accra region omo ye operation wo Greater Accra ye wa Ashanti region all the 16 regions ye wo na ye wo 10 ye this 6 regions no by immediately and na ye ko be branches high dan toto dan ne niama eti omo nyina ya scatter ewo eho eti operations no ye outrage omo to be bo wo punu mu krampo to the bia adan no say Ashanti region for eko ye outrage wo Ashanti region area mu ho na omo assembly no kra nte ase say de ntina omo ba be ye say omo your bosses
entinka ho am na enkoye
asa ye kwahyehyɛ omo na ye kan ye new mandate am so omo ante ne ye eti engineer safo adonten ejina so kwa Ashanti region a press conference a catch stakeholder issue because assembly there district assembly there say wo kan ye ho na ye mbo
baby sample say anya bia road safety mu wo rep e wo assembly
ya tete road safety committees our assemblies no ya start enye ni nyina but akoye say nkakranka ye be cover the whole country ye be say yenya road safety department kwa our assembly no mu ye bibia e be ma ye visibility akosoro iti ye
hwe we a make it mo ha no mu say no a me fan say o from January nkwa last 2020 nkwansia na e see ye no me hu say mema ne dosu mo
eno ni asem
chen emma no
yeah
mema 179
yeah
emma 53
sa
enti na ba ne sa mu road safety for me yeah sure say one fa kwan so ane drivers near the nkita ho ano what happens because say bus crowd full of passengers they be a enkwashia basic crowd na dodo no e be free mo no ye mema
me da say no pay me answer the same question e wo baby the woman is a one mema cars dodo na me bo din say over 3 million no mema ka mu dodo say ma mema dodo na ka shen esema commercial vehicle private vehicle moto wushe moto okada abe anase moto ayeke ema no nurse o shemu a ema no nurse tis o compare proportionately no emema e wo soro it is akwanhia ne beba omo gita hyen no e ko no omo dose no omo na eba won so mo secondly esuban ema ye ahweye very very ema ye suro ye ho me se me akola ye se ubeka moto a just a wesuan bicycle kan bicycle so me sister call first no call to for pride me se me nka me pesa me ho betwa enti me de me suro me ho enti me nka ba me besu me nyi amisuan moto ka no definitely eno no me nyi enti madwin mu ayede ado enti me ko suan eno mpo me suro me ho ba be ma de owakukoduro bi obe eni correct sa akukoduro no mo won omo explore omo adventures baby on suro bibi ji se bibi ato no enti ono no de se na wo be careful na nya sa adano na me colleague bi a ye ko meeting bi okitaka na mete ne nchen ye dru ye friend sa achimota to Jowulu o se ono de onko sister da o enti aha no na me say aha so se wo kakra o ko ni ye o se on de 30 na no be come say hanye 30 o yes ha o bi di ba be boto enti ba to ko be 50 ba e no say so what I say oba very careful na so minim be ma bia e na osu aka ka kye na obetumi de akwa denta e da ntapo dodowa omo exploit omo adventures omo ni so ohye ese ma enti sa na omo e na o hwe so a e na nye a na Beijing na ni bia ba e ma yeso yakọ school a ye former worker e mema na ta akọba pa na ma ye hwefie enti omo kọba na omo dodo na atena ka mu omo dodo na ekọba omo dodo na etwa omo se na be ye fie e be ye yie eni first kasa to omo ko no akwanhia no kozi a mama dodo na na woka no nti omo ana omo hu beka mu emma ni nyina ye titifie nti na akoye se mema nti wo be hwa even mema no ye ma categorization na between 18 years to 60 years no adults between 1 to 18 just enkola empenifo na omo kope duane bama efie yeye omo koba kope ska obe warite so koye adwuma o mema hwefie enti se akwehia no koso sa na ye mema na omo hwefie no toto a etina hona na be hwefie na fie adampan saa so na polygamy na ye mpene no so na beba sanse be ka mema kakra bi na ma na do so se ye cheche busu me se ye che oba bi gu me so mi kunu so an me mpene me mpene kra iti yesre se mema no mo ma mo ani da ho ma ye ye hia mo wo fie oba ma ni fie na fie aye bibia e wo ho enti omo nya hwe ye wo kwan no so ema ye
mimi sa se with enkwanhia nyina ebesi nyina ne kofa bai overspeeding. National Road Safety Authority, they na moye they tackle overspeeding.
Overspeeding they no one major first major because underlining factors in na say speed ni mo BBC a ubetumi a prevent ubetumi aye calculative judgment aye 81 ade aye ni say ye ni Ghana Police Service ya liesi na adanu ya before e be this omo launch Operation Parry. And only police action against rider indiscipline. And Okada for no. Ti ya the cameras be IGP ada Roma and ye papa engineer David Osafo don say auditing timo wom papa and staff ni nyina okwa no de yeko o se pe na yeko ha besen we yeko ha den operation no from salo ka cho juma na wo from iti any office enti ono there woni ni adwuma woni nam saa na ye hwe organizers na ye hwe omo enti no ye no ma ye baako enti omo to cameras omo de ahyehye moto oho enti e ba na dictate wo the speed ye de obegina wo sisi a
how did it mo ya understand
app enti ya working on it scientifically no omode ahye moto no hunti dictate
okada nyina na
there be moto no belongs to the police it or the nam ho ojo say odi car bi enim na so enye car enim na odi o or dictate and I say one camera no so share omo car mu enti no so ye Operation Pi police invisible eye wo de hu na so kitani no de show afa ye sande Traffic Tech Ghana eba. Traffic Tech Ghana no ye the cameras basis advantage we send national security for ehhehye ho no. Or monitoring system be wo room. Ye be training police for any road safety for ye be support in the project. It yes no. It wo ko speed na e be show e wo monitor no so e be dictate na yafa wo data no yafa ye ko DVL it way national road safety police any DVL na ya to it say na ye no abrochire no ba correct na ye yi cho to me nkase it to me nkase wanye we dey chekra to me ye wa no den wo be hu say wo share statistics mu a every year bia na every quarter bia every 6 months bia ye de nkrofo a ya che omo e de akokot na yetumi a prosecute omo ebi mu so ye prosecute omo ye say omo etumi eyi omo ano it say you are found guilty you are not guilty meanwhile why so dey esie ba camera no ba na ye yi kire wa obetumi ye wu ano it is enforcement na ye de ba say see a enso no first no na national road safety commission no ye regulate the transport sector. This year regulate authority mo it wo transport union operator bia untume nsole na wonye de ope ti amount guidelines logbook yankasa ya de ma omo esese wenta so a road safety officer na make no ho hwe ukodru the other end no so road safety officer no hwe iti ye road safety inspector so mbe ko akoje no ma ye report iti say ye hwe na wo station no your regulation ye for organization then yes to individual drivers so we station or drivers no omo logbook no ye shana speed no do so wo the station na one share wo drivers no so enti na say sanction wo enti ese so obiara e ma ne driver edi mra so enti na ye ma compliance notice de wu ye ma ena mienu na otwe mienu ese wuja enye say be sanction hwe na ye standard na ye create no hwe na di so na de no krakra ne say you say ye information or call center na abaso ya launch 194 short code 194 short code
and then ye ya and na me reading about emergency numbers yeah kasi ye free police for the and almost 5
over 194
no almost ye free and san chire
obi fa ye de o free pe be ko de wo mu ni say Globe ena yan subscribe to.
Okay, nti omo mu Globe no.
Omo nya.
Okay.
MTN, Vodafone, Tigo, MTN no. Omo aye so omo no omo anya no to free. Nti say ye omo kasa say omo nya no to free ma yen. Send ya be nti no wo ya mashup anasa wuni creditor won to me free. But wo
osafo na azafo babeje.
Wo de na Tigo.
There be MTN.
Wo creditor. Enye mashup.
There be. For credits was. And I say, ebe kwa abonte na mabo no
194
enti feedback ebre me say see test it because me free bi hu say see and am ba betena he me say all these strategies are modi egu akwama excellent perfect how many ebe fa so ade we betimi sustainable na ye hu ripple effect
me pacho one ese media edi woni ko ho esa se kwan so kose anasa kwan so jojo jumedie ye masede ye wasede ye nyina ye organ ya affect ye media so de omo anu edu bedwam de omo kam set agenda na eye ejuma enti no media de ne ho ebe hyemu amaye se bibinia no omo ede atudwa na yeso ye di hu juma enti ye be hia media no emoa ye be hia media no emoa wasede aje ya papa don't nyame hira o we de mame bia ma say duma ni na ya excellent
nyame hira
nti no ya friend say nti mo de mo hu gimu sa sanso na stakeholders no say you say ye wo new era enye times na ye commission no say ye ba wo so with enforcement guard now say men prevent ye to the bia wo come on say ye road safety auditing say ye road safety no more prevent it so mu hu say yan sole sa
na ya mo report to ma police
na ngasa ye gu omo so omo ngasa ye gu omo so omo anye ni ya omo kra ye ni omo kra inti no eno no so wo sa wo ye agency bi na wo be ye ohun sakasaka ye ni police say ye ko road no so ye ni police for na ko ye papa ye friend saying IGP don't parry or boy chidom. Ye papa Dr. Sasumensa or Teho Boye. Ye papa Abuajenya or MTT the boss or no so etayechi. Sansuna supo bakupa na why PRO director no. Or no dear yet no sorry. It's police in penny phoning in a etayechi. It is a way police get to an ye canal near baby. Ye the over company for no. Na yina so almost so ye knew ye meeting almost send ya man kono one show ye beka say omo ye useless service 18 no almost sorry say accident no ye den say ye baako a ye lead agency no omba boa ye no omo part no omo ye into yi say kwewu say omo ye be 1000 officers and ye de omo kokwan so into ube hu say senior nanka nkofo tu omo obesi akwesi eti omo so ya sen na ye de ehun jim ni nyina enti ye bompa ye se ebe ye sa institutions stakeholder institutions nyina engineers no road agencies omo nya kwampa ye from support to ha no say obesha between GIJ any old British embassy na porto kese bi amune bi na ye de abo ne flag bi ato ho ye duro na engineer don't say hey na pe wunwi ona ne afre urban roads na ye say adanu ye kofa ho almost fix it
me basa yi a wo boss yi Ghana ye suban bi ye wo ye ho ye kwan ya ye betwen ama kwan na sai kura ansa na ye de akwan no ama contract na fe ya san ba be ye kwan no fro bubu nkrofo dan ne ho nkone ba enti na se de abrofo ye no wom hu se ho te se de mu hu ye yi a ehwa etutokure ne ya be pa che ne kama ne ya relay na se bibia
ya fine
aden na ye ntimi nya ne sa road safety ho no because
maintenance
cycle interchange from Accra to cycle Vodafone nim hono ufro sa overhead no interchange you know say kwan mono no kwan say ya obi be kan but me ankasa so me ko fa so ehunu e di ho adanse e yo say ye bu afuni say ya cycle
enu nti na short code no wo ho no eti wunya te short code na wa frɛ na waka enti ayesa na yeso ye de ye kan ba afufa so ti ye hu portion na ayesa na na say yankasa mpo yankofa so kra be frɛ highways any urban road say ene ye enti ye ma move like a week 2 weeks and a month na yakɔhwɛ sɛ o ma ya na enti short code niam we na be address obi ko speeder wo de fa ne car number no na frɛ ye de ne be ba the nearest police post anasa yankasa ye be di echire akọ ama police cheno anasa road your friends almost station masters no ene na adele sene be ya indiscipline no ye be indiscipline no ye be keteli e wo kwan no so sene be ya akwanhia ye discipline a emfa ho se ye kwan nye emfa ho se science ni ho discipline attitude niti e be so accident na no na so over 90% of road users discipline and also and contributing most to crashes no enti no eno na yes so
ye de enkomo na ebawie and say stay alive campaign jaya obonsam nwuma no how far ye jaya ye twa mabro nya duru ana easter duru ana ye twa brebe ansa na yakwakofa na ye guso
ye gusu pa AKWAFO vem no say ade de say e scan e de ma me be ma wo beba station enya wo a wa fa adwuma ya to ho so say ewiemu asuomu wo be ma road safety akwanya media houses bia me betra wo station ambobo e bifufro di nti me bo wo abaso bebre so ho mo bo ayesa na se sika ni mo wo nya na everyday like nanka woody usika na wankasa wako for slot na wankata wako for space na wako kasa no wunya ne sa ba mo so road safety issues no ye sensitive e ma montemo bo ayen e na ye di outrage teachiri outrage no the media nka wonte no ye kwa won't e no the won't eti the outrage aka ho nti na ye mount billboards na second round no e ba ye draw program no ente ye ne sesi akra no ye ne COVID-19 national trust fund me ni omu PRO na keba but oso wakodi baby a time no be gensi no the next time e ba na me ne na ba omu so be so ya sen na omu person omu boy yen na can stay alive campaign to omu so omu COVID sensitization abewura stay alive mu omu ka se wonwo pani akowo no na yeso ye ka se hwe yie e wo kwan so na won a wo ye kwan so kosakosa hu djuma no omu so omu fa enimtie eman hu do nipa ho ayem hyehye enye djuma no pepe se ne be ya akwanhia de ewuo ni pra na ewo mu no ye be yie firi ho amfa sa wo ye wu intro no na me kra me yem hyehye me se na me ti hei me baba ku bi owo Legon wako Legon Debi offer me ma send no 50 Ghana. Me say, "Hey, we dey debi obedi 50." The next beautiful cha akwanhia ama me free mu a. One na be ma no sa 50 no. Wo say ni school no so e be say. Inti no akwanhia enye say ye te keke na ye hu say ni pe pra na keke. Ba susunsuaso e wo man ni efiefie mu ni kro mu no. Aso e ma o man nkoso. E ma ebusua enkoso. Ebusua toba ha eseye ebusua nti seye se ye de ye ho gimu a enye road safety fo nko a na eseye de ye ho djumi me se me start ye na menye road safety ni me ye PRO but na menye road safety ni me ko ra road safety mu se ne adwuma ne we ne sensitivity me for so me ho sua ne ama na ntetem ene me audit bi a na me ne adwuma o baby o tie me interview o a unique me or test was say pal I never knew you were a road expert and I say me in kan no me tike mu na e speed na be dio we twa we hu na we competition me hu say enu mo en ewuo nu wo enti yenya en for fulfill purpose enti ewrade boy yan ba asase no ma ye mpene na yenkowu ye passenger driver ye ene amon ho de bi wo car no mu a tunufu ewo ebuo kwa so driver no so men konko nanse ya te say we toffee bi no omonum to sustain the
eje wan pa na wo dada
no ne asem ho na wo ade ye me ya ne say
me de me nya ya ka me makoma mu ton a anka nkwanhia ne si a wo a wo ta firi wi tofe no
enu na ye ya no wo be hu no ti ase o na innocent so me say de bia me example sege kwan so there be koy overtaken about 7 tracks so no de ohun ba ko no we hu de we nim ti na ye curve mu oyi ni ti na ba ko every the other side de ono anye mistake no no na wu ye de ono yi ni ti no ye de no ko hospital na me say I would also say ya so ye ya adwen say ye be di ekire akopem say ye be jele no na say ye mpene no no nkokum innocent so no mfa ne hundi enti no the one ya hwe ye wo kwan so kakra obi di ne san be ba be san na say we wu mpo a pra na obi pram bi sa wo so obetumi asole aye adwuma bi ye adwuma nkura ye hu ye ho anu
na wo ba ba ye eyi
enti national road safety ya advocacy ne ye kokobo aye bo ne say from central government, policy makers, policy implementers, and departments, any agencies, individuals. So, as I say, you road safety issues, say, COVID, there no be adding who jimu. Ain't ye cry a planning, say, what one president say, yes, Rano. Now, watching me, Nubia, be fellow Ghanaians in my road safety. Ain't onya, yes, ape, once a president or Kasa is law. Ain't ye who be propose, ye papa Kasa. Obi abedi mra no so
pre me da se na ye bie telephone lines na atomu sesi a 0302243540 but stay alive campaign no wan kan wie ye beba so ama wa odi conclude enti ye kwa homa so na ya fa ye calls na hello good afternoon
e
ba jodi ni baby afrefi
afia brobe medina
Mr brobe mpacho mpom ye de
ayo
the radius
UPGC asiache umusa aduna ye famra accident best of all DVD kaka be busu miru ni hot holes right kumudi pa no e betimi the 3 days afeli ni nyina ogana ha road and highway minister local government minister district name Mr. Assembly bia one more engineers one more equipment e betimi the side no Tina da mutu wana mo. We minya hu press conference anta. Namo hakwana mu yo. Ozi FM, Omana FM, Kingdom, Pop FM, omnyina di segment udi ebi. Na mo abe na mo de boy na sa photos na afele.
Yo, pacho ya da sipi opanyi brobe ye betwa ne yatu ho anamo animu ya. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Me pacho di ni bebe afrefi.
Ajani mo ni o me kasa firi of Anko Beria.
Pacho yeti yo.
Momo Juma enewie wa Juma pa ma yeri aboaye te enye se me ye pani pa na me se pani fu bu o ma so ye den kura che nkwala minim se bi ya wo ya akwala na bi a waso odin fu bi aso ye din enani tebe nura me ko ma na bu bi nche wo enkabro no bi so ambese me bu udin wakra ne yire kokumasia ba na waba no wato na control so overtaking ti we be wu okwan mu ho ya jan kwala me ensa ho we open tem o ko he asenya principle mpu kwa na ko petrol no hu se wo ka no mu a nko beda wa ma de akia me hu se ka me bo no wa nyina o kifa no so no ko he o kuni ya overtaking panfoni bi afian and yes, we pay quality this uncle for way fast pa.
Me da se janimo, me da se pe. Hello, good afternoon. Ipacho di ni baby afrefi.
Wa u da be mani amani Peter Samantha.
Yo, amani eti yo.
Yo, mami ja, mami no akasa baba. Me be se me bisa le se. Se ne all kind no. Omuntamu ni highway, woni fida road no. Omuntamu ti sai. Me bisa sa. Esi esamai kwa suhuro omo ye fani sayo e mo di kan ye esi apapa mba owura mba esamai esi tu highways profile ida roads profile obi an kan ho he itu mo mo ntam ti se na me to bi e won wa total hill total highway total na es na babu from aha so no kitaka emi ni ko kuma sa meba mimi na mi road no no ayo overtaking by 3 ah mama like say mimi ma no kwan e di kwan no mo do mo pass police no mo nobody so mu ana enye won ko eni ti ba ya mi ya du kokoro na ba pa wurewurem because ka say no wan chama no ade ti no say me na mi road no mo wudi mirika eni ko so ka ni mo e ti no say mo ka say driver no e ti ni ni ba yo na say ana mo no mo tuna ye o to mo ni mo nka say ye ma yen say ba ya e be enya accident free and some of the ministers any MC for e mo chow so mo na ma o mo nya bo tre na America na ko so mo hwe ya e de asem ma o my Ghana o mo so bi ya aja enka o na ye de be ka yen medasi
men so medase amoni de no hello good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Minyaba.
Me pa chodi ni baby afrefi ya
Enyama, fire.
ya
What fire? Patchman
betwa wrong me to fire fache me o kasa ya say ya pa yo oh and say mu nya bro no ba ko so mate yenko e
Minyaba yamanka ho ma pa na ho yo Joseph nso mo tete omo ya de se na me papa ni ba ka e se asode ni so babe o ko ni ho akwada e na awre ho nti chechi ya obi bi so si ni chefu ni ye de wo ye pani a ebi se wo ye pani nti wo ya akwada e ye dima we sua se obeye e na dima na mra se bia wo de passengers eko eka be bi fie asodie wo kono wa ma wo ye driver ye besre se ye chechi na fi ya se no safety for se o mo ne police for na eka bo mu eno kwasem ne police for ni bi ya de birum tumi ni aba aka ho bi na akwatete baby se driver na park wo baby onu ani se ho ye no parking na panche no baby e ka police ni de mi hu ye ujina kwan so na wa madalete se no wa ha ye nyina ha ujina party a metro ye o man nyina hwe na fi road sa wo cross speed over speeding e se ye tumi check na da police for ye ko jina e bomb baby wiram o ha no putu wo be je wani wo de ko ba no so asemaba ye be se signboard so ni ho chesa hey etata wo to boy so ko 60 kilometers na 100 na adon e bi no nti road size no so ye mo mode se ye ma me mo hay o mu ti no mo fa ye na be boy ye me kwan so kote no akoyie ni na ba ni am ye
Meda CP hello good afternoon.
Yeah, man, Pacho, good afternoon.
If I chodi ni baby afrefi
Abdurrahman,
Abdul ya bako de
pardon.
yes it
It's a star. I said that close friend in your office. One, Ivan, the work of the intelligence. Ivan, but the underrated driving Ghana it could be at least to know you by them. I've been meant to say, the actually saying, that's Memphone, I can put the car next first driver, a big question, why you're thankful. So there be almost passengers, much driver for car, but there be almost not driver for a kumu. So there be a mona much of Mukako, Gavin, how we can go your best, I send to your pension. That's a job, the car. Who is Shaka, or no more like to set his phone now on the Amun in Amudica. It's a mean to come what the woman go when I would have tell me. Again, more money, yet you will lose your flash, yes, more money, yes, young people. I hear that a young people, and that's that yet I young. Then a year, Jesus. Obia pia gidi awo kwemu ata wona kwemu no wa hwe ye obi bebu eku free again ye
ya samo ya sam Abdul ya sam papa
intelligence who drive na we you ni kakra obi obi na obi na money it is driving and your concept is a work of the intelligence
that's CP that's hello good afternoon. Oh, Abuakam from hello. Good afternoon. Yeah, Joe, Nya Penny Evans. Pacho bi aboko de.
Pacho want to say.
Nyame adom ye. Eko.
The boy abaso. And baby a yewra David I don't think will be asumi chia no. Any ye nua ba no. Aba BIAMAH last week me host reading no back. Nkwala upon school eba se ote ya.
I'm so oti region.
Nipa 6. Na saa na beba na omanya yetim rantie bi a omo si omo anyi sika to top ben scars. Na ohwe omo abrabo a ade obi a mbi so obi afi. Obi a mbi so obi afi omanya yetim a enka sika ni asem. Na sa me ba na wo ye ni sa. Oh, then ye ka ye kumbi mom. Because ebi wo wa ye ni da ho. Wadu krom. Ye na mo se wo ye. Ukun kwala 6. Obatan ba kun ma 4. Ba kun de 2. Aden Mama drive August 15th. Now 42 years.
Wow.
42 years. My Jelance is 15th August 1980. When I make a sound, I know how to create a for, but I can't create a driving agent to watch it. Agent to watch it. Who see me motorway? And here na meko. And here na meko. Maybe two and I drop to who ya me them in Koda. Sabi, oh, no, didn't sign, no, the other sound. That Ghana phone should share him. Yet to come no or driver no hear mistake. Last 2 weeks, as I'm on traffic light here, truck driver back with the immunity or pentama panel. Man, ya careful or the bomb car. Oko can no move do at them. The Bible said, do not know Jenny, in Dankwa, and now she shall buy one. Until a moon, you know. That was 4 per 1 more, no, yeah, have a 4. Let do attempts are not making so I mistake. Miriam de Ghana Police Service. Baku asama obabesi na okike. Na video no pa dia koma aji. Na o Jessica obi apese otina kam. Ya ba oni ya menya adwum.
Erade encounter ho onuapanye Evans no. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Eba chodi ni baby afrefi.
My friend Gaskia.
Gaskia. Boy, yes.
You when the minister of Nigeria pa mo ya bo o Ghana. Na the can no consum I take a name Yakoba identity with them. One jama, and yes, you once last you can ask him, we say, Mummy company for no more 80 years, or 70 years. I'm Robert Nation and no space. Monsieur Omon Sabagua, but I can't let him up. What is a brew part come on because Kutakano, what can not to state, 20 Pasano, that will be on him traffic at Kirby. I have done it about the street never. When I want to control who they are, and the same from Omian fan to not take away who never to net woman. Yes, I'm from my dava, another and that woman. Was almost some my dava, almost a cadet. Omonia, and Tom and Namquas almost other the same phone 80 to 70. Yes, simple was a star almost this young and I took a bit of space. And I just said, yes, simple for Saturday, almost from Panda, Saturday, the BIAMAH in the show.
Onshra won so hello, good afternoon. Oh, no to me and you know. Hello. Good afternoon. Pacho dini baby afrefi.
You and see apam ene promise that was a renyanta for no embramo e we use the mo amen. Ambi amamu Kaila ni.
Kaila. Agro bit me many perform what it.
So we dey and is adu hu amenya e nte bebem. Na fonde hia pa. Se makama dia yi.
Yeah, ko.
Ambi ama mama no o studio on one. I think she can do us great service by also telling us their inefficiency. Ambi ama ena kiliga now. But the studio work cast but when they come on the field, it's a different ball game altogether. No safety. I don't know when you are so. It becomes where did you work on the road? One wants to know moving with DJ. No, I should actually car. That being now, road safety actually car. That Jenny driver. But one in the motor station, not more particular on no matter car. What I don't know, because I'm you see, Ghana has come of age where we have to be truthful to ourselves. In as much as all kind of efficiencies, the same way they have inefficient issues to expose themselves. So that going forward, say they are no or NPTR or no or other colleagues who are doing it. But to be in the studio and be shielding them, to be in the studio and be man's job. Me, I'll score them 15 over 100 because I know what they do. I mean, Kasan Kofi, kind of a war away from him, non sugar coated west, and young collar. Listeners are discerning.
Okay, la medasipi, medase, was your for her and a day and cost, your day, ABC. Yeah, Pell, Edaso, Ewa Hanamo, say, na, Pell, my may and fire a Munkaila, the end sorry, so no. I mean, find Sassy if you honor or so buy a more almost strength. So, but there are people are more road safety department or almost so dirty deals behind the scenes. Or say mobile field are a different matter altogether. It will bomb more strength so nanka deficiencies na war hono. Also now hate or now would na boyen.
Yo, medase, yes, I say abrabono and you're positive on positive and negative. Into BIAMAH, no, yes, you have deficiencies, but you try as much as possible. Say your deficiencies, no, and no so to say your positives. As I say, Juma na ye na as a doctor Juma. Who the nipa, who are nye Juma ni yepe, nipa be shere ni nkwa. Na ye de no kra no, yes, you tena kemu. Into ye nye Juma ni ye papa kakra. Yanga sa ye betumi ahwere ye nkwa e wo kwa no so. Into ye de ahoden ni nimde ene ahofama bia ye wo. Ede she ejumanu but unim Ghana asem say bibia anya pepepe saa yen ade ba kwa mpese me educating won say yen nya prosecution e wo kwan so tamra no mbo ye ejumanu chidom say yen ko chiche nkrofo kwan so ye police na ye saa ye core function ye commission ye education to ube hu say ye campaign ye kasafa standards ayen ya set afufro asset procedures activity be individual be person or for road safety road experts na any engineers any communicators na on ye share coordinate who say conform to standard say anya sa ye ma wonye aha ne ye call that way enti ye de yanchi nipa enti se wonchi nipa untumi so nkonkoji scan free nipa no. But every institution be a war some black sheep be it is a year especially time now me kaisa me call road safety no anti me obri a boy engineer or tese wako jina baby akoye won say police and akọ won bi say road safety no jiska intamane apamo anasa ye kwaru e wo san ye biom a enti ye jiska road safety ni bi adano say bi mu jiska o mo she road safety management enye national road safety authority enti enye ya road safety me me PRO ye papa engineer don't think oni nkwa so akọ jiska obi nchen ye wo akola na wo papa na engine no wo akọje enye eni hosada pacho information center code 194 who say obi jiska or road safety near pacho frey na mayen ube ye uniform ye uniform to identify us who ni di won pacho fabra ye be pam no ye ankasa ye no so aye say ye over 1,000 ye to me manage ye just a little over 200 it is obi ya ye be to me apprehend no enti no ade ye deficiencies ni say interventions are say ye put in place no lack of funding ye to me ye broken vehicles as say ye to me naka ye liaise with private sector na police and na say ye yankasa in our own capacity no ye to me nya cars akase a tow cars broken vehicles e wo kwan so na so sika ye ni nti ye to me ade ye problem pa a lack of funds to manage road safety intervention and you know campaign no sani awoka no there's a senanka every day bia ye wo ko gidigidi but unkita enough money yes saying and awoko ese wo ye campaign ye sika bebre ne ye de ye nkra ye office space I head office ye staff kran ko enti say kra ska a relocate. Wow. I relocated those times so now your staff strength you over 70. Oh, okay. I feel na buy boy and to me I employ and for you do 200. Wow. 80 year lack of staff, lack of office spaces, any funding. Sanya money na ye major issue. And now the assign ye bebre say Ghana minimum way no and also adoso. Oko na obi ye bibi na enya okochina obi be fro. By ye no yenye sa na nsen ye action against removal of unprescribed land no V8 na your friend say ministers any MPs kitanya ye tutui obi cry for gun so obi shoot yen it because ade ne ye nipa nkwa eno enti say politics a wo betena na ma figures na woni obi ani asem no ye de no wanye ne ye pa nipa bewu enti no ye compromise ene wo be hu esese me ba ha every Tuesday ba wo be hu na me wo field bi so wo ha me to me ma eti etu de bia na ya somo bi fufuro ko baby na ye so ya ba with the small staff strength na ye kita no ye boy your home modern say ye be ye niema ama ye frɛ ne sen nipa nkwa ada aye we ise ye kokwewu me na me koye asori program enti no ebi mu ho me ntumi anko Mr. Dontin ni nya problem oni mi nya problem me because ye niama no dosun o si we ena me say osofu so asori bi mutim ko preach ni nyina o so ma program na to hodeda enti me de me man ko won itejuma na ye ni bre ne ye de ye enye se ye koji sika na te se ne yakote ada ye enye sa ye ejuma na nye police ejuma na waka se wo wanche road driver wo benya criminal bi ate no ye de na centered all around road safety no into yeah but opposition from ye be authority no other stakeholders I saw mobile yen omonte ejuma na say esan say authority na afa na aba say abeye te say mother of all agencies road safety management mu into ye the new mandate no e call mu nchen akọ execute omonte ase by no so na nye gidigidi yen kakra ye kire o mase no mote ase say ye nyina ye papa mu nti a eventually no ni nyina be ba be ejuma
well you see for mama last words
me pa cho me last words ne say obi bia o tie me ene no fa short code 194 no na me serew wo hu bibia ye problem okwan no so a pa cho friend na ese unye hu se Ghana no ye sika sem no wo fom enti no ye better ka problem no ye ntumi ntaka de nyina at once ss scan ye de ye afa road users so wo ye pedestrian wo ye cyclist wo ye motorcyclist wo ye driver mesrel discipline yourself on the road akwan no so one discipline wo ho a wo to wo ama wankasa wo ho ene afoforo ye nyina ye kunkun ye ho wi a ye ntumi enchechire oman no enye Ghana sanso na road safety stakeholder agencies no say statistics na bana decline aba or indicators muma ye nyina ejumedin ne nibra ye de ye ejuma no ye sanfasa enra the next quarter no mu sene be ya ne distort figures na ye nya no ye be hu sa afi we de eyesen afi etwemu no wa wanye wejuma yie say ye ma compliance notice a me pa cho men complaining
so me da sipe ye nuaba pela adisu jesi na otesi ene no atwen kono no ye head of communications department National Road Safety Authority. Afia busuafo yenhwem messages ne kakra Mami Soldier please good afternoon please okay no de memo ha say comments apilatu no say Mami Soldier thank you for the good topic that you have brought this afternoon regards to Professor Emiya Konfe kwasi amwani no say I'm watching you live. I'm really enjoying the teachings. Daniel Tete no say please don't put too much pressure on my wife, okay? We have a date to hey Daniel Tete boy yeah let me the minim Paulus or no so be by but the akanyina no in the course of the program no making kani nyina mako edi amamo obi a woje bre ehwe kana wu me da se enko afa na program na nkasa baso entitwem me bazia.
In my own view, we cannot, as Africans, keep on lamenting, because the problem with us Africans also is that we are prisoners of sorrows and lamentation. So we say, oh, God, let's not allow God to enter into these things which we can do ourselves. God is very busy with very serious issues upstairs. He has given us minds and hearts, and we had better use them because the divine instruction is to go and subdue the world. On our part, we have allowed the world to subdue us. Then we are complaining, God, and Pastor, you are here. There are certain things that can only be solved by hard work and logic, and yet we think they can be solved by prayer and fasting. That will not happen. So my own view is we must begin to do things for ourselves. If the land needs to be worked, we must work the land. And we cannot continue to work the land the way Abraham used to work the land with the plows. We've got to mechanize. If, as people say, if Africa did not benefit from the first industrial revolution, we must benefit from the fourth industrial revolution. And in these matters, these very serious matters, nobody invites you. You invite yourself to the dinner table. Yeah. And you get crushed the dinner table. Yeah. So that you are noticed. Right now, many Africans, and I say this because people are on top of the dinner table eating silent steak and caviar, and we are under the table fighting over crumbs. This is what is happening. When you see black on black violence, it is essentially, what are we fighting for? Crumbs. Crumbs. The real meal is on the table. That is where we should be. That is where the good. But you see the problem, when you are under the table, you cannot see what is on the table. You only see the bottom of the table. And therefore, the only thing you can see are the crumbs that have dropped. And I'm suggesting to us, particularly we in the political class, deliberate efforts must be made.
I want to read from pages 233 to 233. And they talk about George's decision to enter politics and the battles and the advice that he ought not to enter politics. And it says from the last paragraph of page 223, says, when I decided to participate in active politics, someone who thought I was making a bad decision sent me what he called 10 reasons why politics was not good for me. To him, the things associated with active politics do not conform to my personality and my principles, and hence I should stay away from them. I reproduce his reasons just as he sent them to me. In politics, you must understand the following. 1, nobody has your interest. 2, everybody is chasing their interests. 3, dealing with politicians is like sleeping with tigers. You must always have your eyes wide open. 4, and this is one of my favorites. In any political equation, there's always someone being used. If you look around and you can't find that person, then it is you. 5, serving politicians is like a bandage on a wound. Once the wound is healed, your usefulness ends. 6, in politics, never will more than the bereaved. They will get the reward while you inherit their enemies. 7, in politics, in any event, if other interests conflict with your interests and you have to choose, always choose yours. Number 8, never cross oceans for politicians. You may drown. And it goes on and on. But then he concludes, and that is where the real lesson is. He says that as much as I understood the sentiments he raises in the above pointers, the question I ask myself is, if not me, then who? Whether we like it or not, democracy is what we have allocated to ourselves. We therefore need people to take an active interest in it. It is unfortunate that how some politicians have conducted themselves over the years has probably given credence to these sentiments expressed earlier. And George goes on to say that we need to change these sentiments. The people must have belief in the system of government because that is the only way true development can occur. I was motivated to contribute my part in making politics attractive to people like me, and indeed to all Ghanaians. And to the best of my ability, that is exactly what I've tried to do ever since I became part of frontline politics in Ghana. While contesting for the Utu Senya West parliamentary seat, I prepared and shared my message with the voters, a copy of which is found in Appendix 1. I'm working hard to live by that message, hopefully with God on my side. The journey has not been easy, as I have stated. Nonetheless, I'm still soldiering on. I came into politics with my integrity intact, and I intend to keep it as such. The sad thing, though, is keeping your integrity is one of the most difficult things to do in Ghanaian politics. While I strive hard to serve and execute my duties with the best of intentions, some people would do it.
If I look at the Ghanaian economy at the moment, it's doing
I mean, let's just be honest. It's doing terribly.
Not terribly.
Well, when your inflation in your country, inflation in Ghana.
I don't know the economy in the world that's doing well. Tell me where you are here.
Inflation in Ghana.
The highest inflation.
Well, 15.7%. The Ghanaian cedi has fallen 20% on the dollar. The worst after Russia, which has a lot of sanctions against it.
It's began to firm up. It has begun to firm up. We're seeing the cedi systematically appreciating against the dollar.
People still can't employ. I was just reading today. People in the hospitality industry that you're pushing so hard. Having to lay their staff off. We've got taxi driver unions threatening strikes because of spiraling fuel costs. I mean, it doesn't look like a place that I want to go and put my money.
Where will you put your money in the world today? Where will you put your money? In Britain, which is suffering the worst standard of living statistics for over 30 years? Is it? I mean, let's situate ourselves correctly. The world is going through very difficult times. Ghana is no exception. Nigeria is no exception. There's no country in the world that is escaping the ravages of both COVID-19 and also the impact of but what you need to look at are where are the elements being put on the ground that look beyond the COVID and beyond the Russian-Ukraine war. And I think you'll find that in Ghana, the recovery program that we have is one that is considered very credible, and it is what is going to give us the opportunity to come out of this period a stronger economy. And it is that future that we're looking at when we're attracting people.
for no mienu aba pound sima eduasa enso 800.9 and waso egu awutie no me mantie na uguso awutie tie wa hanan sam ne de edoso pa na de medi etwa mutawansa na maba main issues no so no and what say see ade mampanyin na Dankwa Akufo-Addo issue an executive instrument yes executive instrument ni nyina fa Achimota Forest ho they say the Achimota Forest no tinton time ya jemu enya forest reserve BM executive instrument at the manimi na echere what say me kind brofo me wi asoprano akire mu otwi e de amame also whereas under section 19 of the Forest Act 1927 cap 157 the president may declare that a particular land is no longer required as a forest reserve. Whereas the president is satisfied that the land specified in the schedule is no longer required as a forest reserve, and whereas the president is satisfied that the ecological integrity of an adjoining forest reserve should be protected. Now, therefore, in exercise of the power conferred on the president by Section 19 of the Forest Act 1927, Cap 157, this instrument is made this 31st day of March 2022. Now, cessation of forest reserve. The land specified in the schedule of this instrument shall cease to be a forest reserve from the first day of May 2029. It says since May, and a CZ say a forest reserve. Master plan for the development of the of released land. 2.1. The district land use and the spatial planning authority with jurisdiction over the land specified in the schedule shall, within 3 months after the coming into force of this instrument, prepare for the approval of the minister a master plan for the development of the land specified in the schedule. The district land use and spatial planning authority referred to in subparagraph I shall, in preparing the master plan, take into consideration the what is the other part? Protection of the other part on Ayeda. As an Etiamu in the Tintin Etiamu, and it says, no, Achimota Forest, no, ba abe redevelopment on that a piece of land, no. Yen shada enya into one must say a forest reserve view. Emom no ba be develop near no. Is it ecosystem or ecological what? Na yet me a school educational complex waha. Hey Ghana. Yiso so waha. Zoo kakra nie. And a children playground kakra waha. And a restaurant kakra bonchen mu ho. No. Forest reserve ho. Impenyon for yem makwaba.
Yeah, miniaba.
Empom to say.
Boko.
John.
Honorable Ochiayo.
Onyamedi achen.
John.
Onyamedi achen.
What channel?
Onyamedi achen. Any braba.
Any braba.
Any bro.
It what to channel.
Any bro.
And then may come Magana for a need affirmative for me mentia for. And then John Ebano of free a wager constituency. Private jet papa. Hey! John, why you came you? Why who fear the airport no? It do 2 years.
Onyame adom ti ye ho.
A ship house has some time.
Onyame adom ti ye ho mo mpaebo.
Sao.
Anya modi anka yam say ye wu.
Dey.
Oh, na say mo mpaebo.
Na me wan tell say me bomb.
Na say ye ho che ye frɛ mo amu.
Me bomb pa ye.
Ya ho che na ye frɛ mo amu su frɛ mo che ye nso.
Wo watch wa mo afrɛ me da.
Ma me ayi ma be so yi ma na. It's like honorable I am the government yanka you okrom ha. But in it so.
Empon why such in say fresh guy.
We atara me share 3 years atare. 3 years atare.
I was here for John Afro.
Nyame shani we ya mechira.
Communications team member.
Anya obi na aye. E adom ana so Bruno meboa.
Ah sha we dey wo sin akable me ya. Takun kesi
pa me conference especially branch executives.
Okay.
I said America no after you start here register your members.
Okay.
I say I'm no kasi from 21st of this month.
Okay.
I come 7th of June. We say hope I say about NDC mo. I say NDC are attractive. The only hope for the Ghanaians was in a way and it does what be any ho. It is mom akonya say we say wetumi aba or dam betumi aba. It is from 21st of this month to 7th of June. I register new members.
Me party ba.
Anyway, it's
don't worry.
Oba not say from June ending on 31st. I call July mono. One year branch election.
Liberal Socialist Party.
By August no na ye Mate. Uba no be join NDC na.
Brano. Akwaba.
Oba ya.
Oba be join me ana. Liberal Socialist Party.
Oba me committed to CPP power. Me ti say John no can say NDC for ebeye mo ba be new registration.
Some members, new members never.
Me ra ho ama CPP because National Democratic Congress we a serious political party.
CPP more serious.
Yeah, we more serious than us at the moment. Frankly, let's just tell the truth. In fact, I call them a juggernaut in Ghana's politics. That's what we.
What's the meaning of juggernaut?
Will
bury or slangs. I go me sweat.
MPP for MP was on no bit much rich. Which one they brought for no? Bourgeoisie for no. Juggernaut. We kuku dam party kesiye. Mumu duro. NDC.
It's difficult to break them.
So and I have admiration for them. Only say na tembe and omuko yi leaders omo share dem timi muai too much no more twins but the party omo ye juggernaut and I respect for them. I have high respect for them. Any omo parliamentary caucus no any omo a enka Nana Akufo-Addo administration ko no anso omo twi enfiridi e wo kwan mu so omo ya de
Sylvester Sapon Soprano CPP Director of Communications na what's it nenka no benaye
niaba.
Why you di? Omo kasai.
Ebe bi adi mi abetre say meeting e ba e bi nti o.
Itu ti.
And is a police.
Kafra.
Am for dom obi dey the boy etiam bi aso ndi hu na wo yi mo ma jimi fi. Ba bi adi mi a shem finfin he. Ina jama yi di me na benku obi dey nice so from house.
Yes, ba ku yes na.
Mu osoro he no mu mia ma ase ha.
Kafra.
Nti be yanka mo mami nkonche ha no we
I see. So Brano ne John Masumwa. Honorable Asama. Ono bibi abako de.
Oh nyam ya.
Ese me de me party ba Liberal Socialist Party.
Na former vice presidential Adakabre.
Oh ho be bo chena nyam.
It's in Gache. It is also do your bar so uniano with union.
No, you no koye you or no koye running mates.
How do you the one I presidential
can a flag bearer no
Ebeboa. I see a system this and a man so mumbra. Party are the Banibiana behind Oba party papa back or Memo.
Yes, sure.
Oh.
Yes, sure.
At least with me be winning Frabership contest now. I'm your choice and not.
And I'm on the Bamame.
Why not?
I see.
See him do out me.
On because I want to brofo.
Because I do, Mr.
David. In him out me. And you know.
Also, I may be more ambassador in room.
What's it?
Ambassador in room.
I'm saw your alien.
Hey, he had also joined you more. But that means one Jimmy and I'll go with Pramio. Anyway,
I see.
Nyamyadum Bibiaboko.
Yeah, the radius, Honorable Benjamin I am.
More question. No, also, and this for by registration. Matthias over
yeah. Master. They register your old members. But
digitalize everything.
I say the data was there. You register 4.5 million.
And register old members, no.
You register old members.
Don't cash on me members that.
No, sir. As you know, 4 years.
Yeah,
re-registration. Yeah, add it on. There's a card.
There's a digital, you know, this are Marco.
You are 20 cities.
And I'm digitalized.
BBI, you say, Nessa, and your mind. You. No one at the buy.
Oh, we have been carrying.
BBI, you can be. I'm born at the buy. Chinese yan at the buy. Yeah, from Muslim mobile. The economy can be by to frame mobile.
I said, how can you say?
I said, I'm kind of saying,
Uber to Kabimami Kelly. I'm a now side of one or two.
Supreme Dr. Kwame Nkrumah 1 or 2.
I mean, Buchano. But I want from that
to Minchia Kwame Nkrumah to Tamana Yakase. Yamani, farm market to my font now. Mutuni should make a font, Santi. Market to my phone, Quancha, or that one, Yanni to us. In that, the democracy today.
Oh, that's an Azubanti. Minchia Grana with Jaffe now. e wo say o mu du che mi na so aban papa na aba mu na my friends ano so ye de nyame ase say digitalization agenda no agi ba bia ama ye nuanom NDC for so den benefit o ba so mi say yes elections na ekoso regional elections no 2017 ya na ye kwakwa unim say na kam ye say me contest but me share 1-2 bi me decide say me step down na me de me support atai nua Dr. Sibu echi so there be a central region you bet me afire into my peripheral because you now you believe in the common cause the main problem no and yet the current chairman as a person but the attitude be and na across to central region so much am I lose a lot of ENCs no they come NDC for no so now I say you here will be to me a unify
and now bet me a unify
yes will be to me unify the entire region no so na say su no e bi o mi mu na e bi wo Dr. Sibu mu yanhwe yi ni nyina ko contest a bo say elections so there votes no split along the line na other people no say they confirm abetiti me decide say me sacrifice me interest no for the sake of central region so na ye nyina yakoto aban fefefe dia ma Dr. Sibu e wi a ya ye nyina bom empo current chairman na ye tu no puti na ye tu no kra no ye wi ni wi a because we want to bring everybody on board no you bet me na kwa share council of elders and I say baby say bit na shim that is all hands on deck so all hands on deck na say yet to me a save central region for that matter Ghana politics oh yes bi anso di adanse say
na chema kutu osan baby
ai o de bi wanko national or bar region
osan region wa
na ye pese ye danase say yes aye BIAMAH ye ni so kakra na wa ye na mom going forward 2024 no enye bayira abrewadwo so until here people are believe say democracy is about people. It is a nipa no sebe o ye tenten so ye tietia sebe so enyansani so ye otisen kra na ni vote e same one vote. Until here obi a obetumi unify obetumi tolerate all these kinds of nipa ni nyina na together no ye tumi dey break 8 no central region na nyuma papa ye fiase no ya toa so dey akọ awie pa. Because ya anje sa ya ndwe o man hu yie sa and sacrifice your personal interest here and there near ma farasi fu esa be fa kunwen wo man mu a na no kra na obi kan se yare e bo kokosachi mani tiri hu tutuye no se kwa da bi na sa yare bo na ne funu kra nka ye hu normal times na wi ase da din ne ade kra no ye dia mamui ma ye nuanu farasi fu yi eduru ba bi no mu hu ba bi mfa ye kan se ye mfa eche enwura kura mu anase emfa kutuku enye dai emfa crash no kura no mu hu mi kukuru o man sa de kokoshe IMF wonsa so me me buya man da bi mintinsi me enchia na enchia na enchia o mu chinya wi o mu
afani na strategies ya wakrom ha na farasifo na ye sa project ya wajata wenisi
minua mate madam wase ebusiafo me mainti na waso egu a wutie na ha ye 100.9 FM just say ade no enya nsase enso no the kind of heater metimu wa ha no enya sam keto akra etia na nsam a ye ba bebrobro so no ensam no edoso brain drain na ekoso ye health sector na nkasa no brain drain no enye ne biso ketekete yamane ya nwomimpo na sa brain drain na ho no mo a da bia ye ka ho asem panyufo se de niema egu akwamu ne atimi asovo na sese de asa de ya aginsam no esanse health professionals wo mo babonten ese wo mo hia katua ntomu wo mo hia improvement in conditions of service wo mo no na betumi aboa ama sa brain drain no yetete a nurse for organ ha no madwane ekọ abrofo aman so na de nimde na wo manya no wo mo de akwakoboa ehofo na de bia Ghana ye tosin esanse wo makatua ho nsem enye nurses bo mo wie school enso so ye imposti wo mo da so tifie nimde wo manya nyina wo da so editifie. Are we serious? Eno dan chan ya aban eso de hihye egu akwamu se de be ya eniema ye kra free amano ne eba no so aka ho bia ma inflation no ehwiri ekosoro no wahwe na eso etimi ate they say mampanyin dada John Dramani Mahama na ekase eno was we won na 2020 na mo sha to for more for nana enne na aka moni no tumo se mo afeme Ghana for won se mo afeme former President John Mahama. Aye. It was one known any so dear. Ghana for afem. Ghana for nuom ho to Abama NPP aban. We enen sama hodo na awie yeba abesini koso na ya brobro so yebeta se ne sebesepa ene kuna ha yeta se ne benyansafo na me hyase e de free menua bema soprano. So brain drain we a national security problem, national issue ankasa. Got nurses, doctors yetete wo Ghana, they spending the taxpayers money, train them. After that e bi etifie imposti wo mo e bi so nya kwan adwane ekwa manone because ote ya na kwa mo eku no ne maame ne papa etete wo mo wirem no na akọ school wa wie wo so okoye adwuma na at least etua ne ka no nya bibi kakra dia basopoto fie no e bi ne ho enti onya chance a nimdie na wanya no ode bekwa manone akọ akọbo nya ne sika na ode ahwe na taso ya ekoso wo ye health sector no.
Ba me da ase na nyame shaw na me chia CPP fo nyina ye chairman na na akosu afempom asapon kuma any party members nyina around the country and also no nyame admo china ye be central committee meeting akwese ye cabinet meeting inti ye party regional chairman ne ade nyina if we around the country about your Politburo inti o ma ba ye be meeting na nyame admo china mo beti enka ye meeting de ekosi ye oba a brain drain asem ya walking. You know, Amama Kai, the golden years of Ghana. The golden years of Ghana. Let me cut the golden years of Ghana. Only me me patche.
Baby, time bensa.
Oh, now check here. Do the whole check Ghana. Time ben you go. We nyom na me cash one wo. So check Ghana. Now share the equi, especially we share current administration of Nana Akufo-Addo. Our president na nkase nanu mutuo. Or send a priority of priorities. We do okay. So we see sorry dan. That no kind 2 weeks ago. So no president no a priority of priorities no. And this will be see sorry dan. Ko kan sa kire and 2016 near the ade anka. Yamana Imura Flagstaff as order. So when you look at the golden years of Ghana, a time and a CPP, you run a country no. And then Akrabia sorry no Obokwame Nkrumah any CPP din because yes ye nchira Akra nyame. Obi ati hu say in fact nye CPP aban ne Kwame Nkrumah ba ya. Nka ba na nke danwura mu pa. So nti so wo hwe a time a CPP ewa aban mu no before 1966 no. Na nkrofo from around the world epeso mo betena Ghana. Indeed, enipa kuku Dambiti said W.E.B. Du Bois. So Padmore money ade enipa kese betena Ghana. Last time I read you know a book bia a writings bia Sam Nujoma Otroye. Sam Nujoma no Namibia for first president. And I know no now I Southern Africa for Sebi no mo ka se Ghana for ya brofo. Because that time no na nyoma e koto ni nyoma ye or Ghana no. Yes, indeed, nehu to the extent to say we were embarking on nuclear technology. Ewo krom ha say ye Akosombo Dam na be see or anywhere in Africa da. So I say factories akesia ye bie na nipa enye adwuma ye to the extent say other people were coming from other countries to come and seek golden land opportunities Ghana. It was a land of milk and honey those days no. So until say Nanado predecessors mo eba be tuguye abi wie ne ewi ase de otu aduboni e bi kan wano akonwa akotwa si aba be si nanana so ene almost sorry we have the men yenko hwe ase na o mabon omu ntimi nya adwuma yi so de me choro no enti brain drain koso wo krom ha pa especially time na serious kese pa ye 1980s no mu no time PNDC for about 2 another Nkrumah's government Dr. Liman Efri so almost started structural adjustment program PNDC that time na penyin bi wo hoye friend or a minister of finance that time secretary of finance Dr. Kwesi Boche who broke the industrial backbone of Ghana obubu Ghana Yoruba tonton ye gihok as we move egu no Gehawk State Farms near the and Professor Kwame na ho so be source with diversity implementation committee and we mutun ton ye goose ni mutun ton ye Emma Mrs. Konedu Ajman Rollins former first lady sad time no na Republic of Ghana say na president no leader no President JJ Rollins almost say Ghana ni sika enti Professor Kwame na ho ton enema bebre ye goose no including in Sawam Cannery Ghana any sika no president reading ye sika to in Sawam Cannery no so ati ase ehonum na family and friends in semino sha ase a no abeye matured ewo na Akufo-Addo government ma se abusuafo ne namfofo government no kwa na ekoso a we he no family and friends fo kwa na enya adwuma ye wokroma ase a enu nti obi ema boys any girls enya adwuma ye edi brain drain no aba kese pa so ho na yen CPP for no yen tena ha enye complain kwa so we'll look at the issue ni ahwe say betimi if we can salvage anything out of the disaster that is the President Akufo-Addo administration so na say o hwe brain drain asemi a o kan ya so the etienne say they said the mekan no o hwe the way Dr. Kwesi Boche you know said you see ebubu industrial backbone of Ghana ma Ghana ye da ye ya ekofo tietia ya ase no chese adwuma ni krom ha Professor Kwame na ho enso so be so a otonton ye goose nyina chese ye goose ni nyina ye tonton ni nyina no so ho ye ni hye no sesi ano akwa ye se mmabunu no omu wie adwuma omu wie school na adwuma bia ni ho so ase ya tuto nyura mu president mahama mu nyina ba tuto nyura ma na afei President Akufo-Addo ba was Ghana beyond aid say na ye slogan nkwa na obeye so sesi ade esene ne kankan kra enti ama nkwa ni wie school a na ebi fa Sahara Desert ako Libya ntu be call so ko hwe Sahara Desert abo se Ghana fo nnom pegugu ho bebiri because fa wu e was a kwantue no ebi nso ye store away ewu honum so nya chance ni of any nko onya Togo kra obenya Togo visa kra nko kwa wo mabio so but me no ana CP for ne ehwe ne say if even crampo no say ye mabunu no e free on man ma and we should organize it properly so I say we should organize it properly and in that regard no I will be honest and recognize say indeed in a little small tiny minute small way no na Akufo-Addo ye bibi kakra me mehunu nanka ebia omutimi tremu because whether we like it or not no although the Akufo-Addo administration is a disaster no we are stuck with it for the next 2 years so ati enti yeni baby afa nana e the nurses e call Barbados so obekaya omukoye adwuma so enti sa policy no na wo senki timi ebiemu na ye mabunu no omuwie school no there are several countries across the continent of Africa ebi ho mu hia teacher for ebi ho mu hia doctor for ebi ho mu hia all the professionals and all the professions na yetimi produce no so na enka awasi yetimi create some kind of system bia ye betimi export your human resource no in an organized manner so because since you know so we your doctor for na Ghana obi akọ free SHS hwesika ye dey free SHS no owie na okọ university na ye doctor for your example medical school no subsidized enye original cost na ye dey doctor no na Ghana for mu medical school na etua but owie no onya abrochire kwa na just woko free bonto ase na ye kana Ghana boy no na abrofo no enya ho edidi wo ho nti se obehwe a you know white people apart from the fact that they don't often pay taxes in Ghana no most white people don't pay true taxes in Ghana no when we produce high quality you know high demand professionals now then they end up in Europe you know working for the Europeans in a sort of neo-colonialistic brain drain be so eti kame meka say they said the American nanado the obi anim say na aban na to consume but we are stuck with him for the next 2 years eti honorable ti here ya minim say honorable ana anopa bia ota akodi di salad ewo Flagstaff House ni coffee o say say na yetie na say no
ma me say we fault omo akono and now say we fault system na
I wouldn't say you fault or more makono. So I say, you know, I don't know honorable Dean Comosigan, I had Dane Patch, I say, just we trying to be in China, my coupon. Someone's on no money for Admini Diagro, president. Then I'm so my petrol coupon.
No, yabi.
And what's one yabimpo. Until Moya Dean said, no, see Casano, name Michelle no Cronia, and could be to Aquatina Bruchri. So because I know see complaining no so. Inti, I wouldn't fault people like Honorable Aye, who apparently want to abandon the Republic of Ghana because his administration is so confused, for lack of a better description. But a situation a woman so who be any who dejama on pesu umuni hu free mu ekoto nsuo mu na ne hodwojo no. So in America senka administration could develop a certain strategy bi anka ye be na systematic say oba MAAME BIAMAH ube wie school ye nya adwuma ma wakoye medicine ye nya adwuma ma but ye benya adwuma ma wo Namibia nti ubekwa akoye adwuma wo Namibia na yenya wadidi ubenya ska akra de MAAME oledi a watiti ne moru ma hwewa wawie school anka obetina afia asan aka se momi huma me 20 cedis enkoto aduane ni wawie medical school no na sisi anka wanya bia bra oledi na Ghana so etimi anya ho tax kakra nti nkeno no wo ho so was saying etimi yesa. Now having said that, I also want to point out, say, despite the fact, say, brain drain, no, any papa no mu free or mine no, air cost to or mine sikano. At the same time, no one more mutukano, and you are mudia, and then can say, see a Ghana for a come any queen. Because so once a president could for Dubai, no one said to me create here, you may be. I was last time I came say you matre, oh, here, honorable could feed you mamone, a bushing for no be you man train our create, but say, omo ometukwan ye nyina ye busuafo no ometututu akwan omo na de foreign exchange remittances ne ba so omo send ye 20 Ghana say ye mfa nto aduane ni a na adon susu emu gina ho no omo hwinhwan yi no omo hwinhwan ye sika no
no affect
David na say ye send sika ne bro na me wiem honorable ni opa abusa no omo de ye remittance say bia we sister send you 20 pounds o wa ka ho oba hwehwemu ye. Oh, yes, Obi Sandu.
Because
seriously, yeah. Okay, my teacher,
because Nipana or send this Canada. Omo details waha.
Just saying.
Nothing captures that person because the moment I ukita Ghana card, how the Ghana card na I register or mobile number no. The GRA I anymore.
Yeah.
Udini wa oniama wa GRA for her. It is transaction be a obey. They know you.
Sure.
But obia wa brochiri. How no send usikan. How do they?
Because you see,
because normal tax no
sure.
Normal tax in every remittances no as or minor.
Yeah.
And no wo. But levy as a tax and affect you obia all manu usika free amanone ediaba. Na momunuti.
Mitia oba.
Say bia.
Me time so na waje na dia ma.
Remember 1 minute ago.
Okay.
Say bia. Adia na ba begu phone so.
Yeah.
Na wo try even begu phone so na wankasa ukọ personally. Na wo kwa withdraw. Nothing. Ye enjoy levy. But say bia wo so transfer bi. A transfer be dia bre soprano. That one levy will tax me.
Okay. Obanti say electronic transfer of funds from let's say United States. Bagana o si omonye 11. We are sure. Any idea me understand and be me nyakin kan and kyerɛ saa o.
Even crano.
So say na do be ma wa fa ho adi free bonto. Oh grow we mitia.
Omo ye nkyerɛkyerɛ na soprano take your time
but of course
listen to the tax people.
Okay.
Because ba ko ba ha. E ma no be ye education edemaya.
Okay. And to pa kyerɛ sɛ o de usika efiri abrochire ba bia obusuani bi de ba na akufu ado nyina ho nhwan bi. Emfa. Okay. Waka matimeye hwehwemu because maintenance but anyway by and large no brain drain no enya menwanwa so ati ase ye nyina ye ti krom ha say no ye the patriotism and the ti krom anya sa nke etu afri ha ye the patriotism in the sense say ye hu say ye tu free krom ha say twe ene na na do ne family and friends for no bronya yes ene de because when we say atumota forest no omo be sha ase abehwinhwan me check here no cry mo so ma chichema dada na mo say ya chichema ma hwan mo opa mark my words your family and friends no and omo na bibia na omo minimum ten omo menda bibia for omo so enti brain drain dey me waka ho an say we need to sort of modernize it in a way and I say you bet me I find it formalize it. That's the word I'm looking for. See you bet me I formalize no. Now instead say in crano edu omope no omo edu omutidu domu no omo ye o say ye kono. So for instance, we all know say in Ghana no. So and I said 2 days ago, me say surgeons, omo operation in Ghana, say be 52 pe. And what Ghana has say. But to call London Ghana for omo surgeons e wo ho no ebro be 5,000. So the Republic of Ghana needs to find a way to formalize brain drain. And we say okay, London and our UK for every year they need about let's say 500 medical doctors. Inti Ghana you bet me am maybe 400. Na sikana ba be to aban futurum na nko wetimi atititi ni 11 no. Na de ode be ye no. Ama family and friends for no. Na nko de aye.
Medas soprano na ote nenkano. John.
Mommy, meda wasibium na mechi honorable. Who said
but you get closer to the microphone.
Yes, mechi honorable. Honorable obi amenum ne pa.
Okay.
Amen education dem ne to. Because time now or parliament no ye I'm sorry deputy minority chief whip. Minimum pa. And now Osako a central region. Okay, so central region. I don't be monitor the power.
Central where now was
Wakoda.
Okay, yeah.
Wakoda ma anye yamano. Today for sen kan dey en na.
I say or say the grounds net here na dey say support to obi na.
Da be ade na poko na step down ma no because why adwuma o since olusu here. As constituency wanko bi as MP.
But consider all those factors.
Wabre why communication check. No na masempa no na ma. Nti no dey amambo boni enti na aba ne sa. Because quitting say no say ono no dey omo buy 2016 a lot of
your time is running. It's your brain drain. What is the way forward?
Nina no di besi we adwuma ni krom ha. The incompetence of this administration.
I say obi ko nursing training, obi ko teacher training. Yes, but say at the end.
We be start also me time
ko. At the end no. Question. At the end no. You can be nya adwuma. That is a situation whereby those adwuma no ini ho.
Ana make yi. Adwuma wo ho obede na wakọ. Na crash is obe OCS obe my 111 hospitals. So see yan kan kofu e wo. Oh, enti we na bibi ba wo mo enko straight to the point. Ya be that ho ni anano ho ni nya be si se adwuma ni ho. Nana Akufo-Addo preach about giving Ghanaians jobs to do. Say man akwanya na so ba. Oba ma yendwuma ma ya ye. Oba ye adwuma pen pa na Nana Akufo-Addo bo we create wetima create. Your hospital e wo ayila. Wakoko buno. Ebubu hospital is serving the people of La. Me no ka say nkofo mu adwuma nurses mu adwuma ho a doctors ne lab technician for na ndo mu they are unemployed. They are unemployed. Oh, and you know promises are this administration promised the people of this country. And Obaya, he has not been able to fulfill. And Nama, or sorry, Nama you see, it is time for them to solve the problems of this country. They said they will come and explain issues. He will come and tag you or best start if you jump my time and then this is bad. Oh, Nina who no petty. And you're not damn petty. The year petty say since 2017 to Michelle, how many hospitals have you been able to build? How many jobs have you been able to create? Nurses 4 and John Machin the year campaign here NDC. So Muba teacher nursing training for your jam allowance ma a job muba. They will ensure some bit of allowance or Muba nurses 4 by to say the angels of God. And over the nurses 4 you show me politics. Go nursing schools, nursing training schools, or my His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And there, I want to be catching and say, I want the band crowd to intake for, and so they cannot even employ nurses again. Under John Mahama, I ain't a crampono. Before I be office, near to me, I employ nurses in 41,418. They went to my crown, and so. About we buy how many nurses has he been able to employ? Oh, I think you be jai the SAE ministers be buy ya for mu ni ate so any sa fuel coupons ne ye be dware o play mu na entertainment allowance ne e the allowance ne tumi dey create hospitals ya. Mommy ganya na fu na ti aye o. Enkofu ko school wi a omo wi nursing wi omo nya adwuma nye no omo ko we say ndam no ka say wo hwe WhatsApp platforms bebre wa enko for the advert to wa you say wo call UK wo call Dubai wo call we no mo ya advert man enko say omunko anka ye adwuma because adwuma ni a eti ye training o man na so mbe ye we ni wi a because of adwuma ni honti no no mo kwa amana no no maka ye adwuma me wa no wo call ye crashing ya ye nya nurses ye nya doctors then na me hwe TV na me hwe school bi pa yendio ayo sitting member of parliament for MPP a member of government too or yeah member of parliament there who share school dining hospital wo ho a they say ura be ho say hey yendi pa you was sitting member of parliament that belongs to a government and a school dying they say enkwara ko muti ko no musuro eti bibia anya adwuma mommy and there world modern 2022 nipa deseni ni mboa na num nsuo nipa deseni na ni mboa num nsuo anya crash greater cry haya yo baby wo ha nipa ne mboa na num nsuo baby wo ka cho montie na de ombe ni se omoba ombe bisa na oba wo ye den me ho ano tumi no ya je afu yensem amedi tumi na hye wonsem ana Ghana fo bisa se dey na wotumi aye aye ye kura no His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. And to me, see University of Legon as a hospital away. Oh, from Professor J. Mills, and of Twasu Commission, complete here. Bank of Ghana Hospital, wait to me about John Mahama. Who call a fiery hospital here? Up to now, you see here. Then now, is it Bono, a traditional chiefy? No complaining about abandoned hospitals. I reho. Well, sometimes I reho. And instead of them to solve the issues, they will come and explain the issues and blame their predecessors. This country will never move forward. But any that's all. Any that's all. What so parliament country. And yet, John Mahama and or say Ghana for Afino. He Ghana for Kasa na John Mahama. Na say muko amose muka say muka yi aboso kan for spare parts for if we. Not so much or just so musu Fred John Mahama. And yes, I'm going to. Oh, is that what you told them? Is that what you told them? And the papa saying, OBS there wo I rent this shop. You are 20 years, you are 15 years, 10 years. Or why was you sorry on different place? I didn't wait to my year, be also on con. Have a board infrastructures. And I'll be any says, Uncle for no your fee. Sir, there were not even toilets over there, excuse my language. And the son of us and I say, who move on? I say, we in for it. They say, assassin, ye be you be if you are bemu. I be so, ye be see where a bit not matter forest in there. Yes, ye be here, then there. Abusia, what Teddy? That Teddy, a manager pardon one of Muchedi. I'm on dream in no. It is Yano. So we go school grana. Sabini that's when you go. The nurses for a market demonstration. Our Ministry of Health. You the boy they are born near the security for change and the police for a born. And you sure go so. Now be catch and say, is it by force to employ you? Your minister or kasa. As you to me question to me in country. No good so I say yeah. And tell mommy and yama because no. He has families to take care of. I know what that's so because I saw shining my man and papa. It is a journey new. I saw finding means. It means in the say. So who say there's opportunity outside that? No, I call. On one thing I may braka say, who call Yuka? You have about 5,000 surgeons. Who began ham Bobo 52. Hey yo, go to Kolebu. Now go share a accident ward. Children's ward. Who walk cry, one share you cry, and who put me bubble a pimpim. Meanwhile, you were ministers who are your chomoka. As a capude de chomi, two will call Moji, Castle Mudim. And if you cry about Vineyard to the full can solve a lot of problems. Meanwhile, there are a lot of abandoned hospitals. Mammy, what do you say? Tama John Mama Befi office on His Excellency. Yet it take 10% of our appointees. NDC chip compounds, over 3,000 compounds. Over me constituency, up to now, over almost 6 years, you know, at 80% of completion. And to me, we is chip compound here. Do you know the number of people that that chip compound can employ? You just what? And to you, constituency, you go to other areas and they are still uncompleted chip compounds. But on here, no yet. Who be sat down with or buy how many chip compounds we see here? And do bear 500. And do bear 500. A honorable health minister call a parliament. You be say, how many hospitals have you been able to build? I see, they've not even built a single hospital. To me see one hospital, to me see. President Kufuor be catch and say, obesi 88 hospitals. We no they are 111. Me no can say the health minister catch and say, if you can design no more they have to redesign them. Me want you chase kapudro pounds sterling. E dia ma architect. Am on kwa se ni de ma yes design si. Obi o ti abrojo nim Ghana ha bibia. Me want no we your architect for her. They can do that job. But they must so sourcing. And on no shall land in ho. And on no ti one or ti Ghana na or share Google no they develop plans. And they we see designs no en kwa asase so. It yes say tuya ka biom. Adima the same person no sign SIS adwuma no. Me do say. Mommy, what me say me no ka say yeah national health insurance e kapudu e de omo. Mommy enya sam kotoa. Ti kapudu e de health insurance for enya sam kotoa. And then who can health insurance card cry now the hospital. Who yen to me yen hwaw.
Yen see for mine.
Mommy yen hwaw. Financial papa ya ne bayi wu ye. Ewo is it upper east. Also kotuesi otuetuetuesi ka. No nim say even kwapo no sa sit on the man no. Ano che say onya sa medicinal hospital ho. Okwa so okoto baba no. E da ma no ye no ewuye. Man papa ya nansia so from central western north. Ambulance. Na honorable no dia bom Musafo hene. E di win power 2020. Even full cried be go ambulance kwa no. Ebi ni ho. E ma nipa hwe ne nkwa. Yeti kwa we mu. Yenti president akade e wo ho. That's how it is, mommy. Media the American say, I are one ye womb. Yeah, there's no direction. So my direction the echo, the away from Betcha say and the echo. It's a day no. Then you say, a human this government has failed. And you will not be surprised here. The honorable will come and explain issues and blame his predecessor.
That's it. BIAMAH John Afol, NDC Communications team member, and Oten and Ghana. Honorable Benaye.
Once again, Mr. Chia, on the phone, you have for.
Just super.
Near Afidoma, you on night. A few minutes into
why free cacra.
I free cacra, but a Nibio Mode Femino. You can name straight and now. I don't know. That's why I never was cacra. That's why I never was a million never. So, you meet me a hand. You meet my committee boom easy. As a pity. Because, topic de mai ya ba so be kan no krepa je fere na fere o mo a exams a we say go 3% grant go munya o
probably it you
3% grant go manya o opposition try ya o said yes Gabriel kan but there's life, there's hope. So party opposition a e no nje say o wie ya ba o a je say brain drain issue aban there nampasi yen kan ho asem a oh minua wo ka
ya pame kwan fa ma aduma wa yama party
enye hwe nyame wo mrema obia oh exactly emri bia besen CPP nanka ubo CPP di credit is original and then some betumi abasa nyame mre na ye mre pa just brain drain na ye meka ho asem minua CPP for years that omo de eja nkruma ya nka na asemu anye ye a golden age na se nkruma ta na a golden age ya uni metal bi efe no rhodium metal the best then yes say ata ye be fe no golden age dia and yes say na de nka rhodium and na ye wo mu yo so the me che no but eja CPP for there Omo ankasa no ni bibia ye tiji so mko kan kruma wanya ne ba bi ko ho asem. So na me nua enso say sorry I be Jubilee House na makori salad. Okay, so no me fans I want outside na obia but outside the studio no. Obia be won say me nua woni me. Ye na aka say me kodi abunabunu bi wo ho ana. Fufu ni abunabunu bi wo na me kodi ho dia obia be won say na be na ye de onya fufu obakwa kodi am. Salad de idi bata ho amfa. O amfa. Me nua ndisi ni so okika mu nyine say okohu school bi wo ye ndi. Tu die de yendi enya nura ni ye chichiri sa kuro no enya ofere ye mo ye ba north ni ade de amaye any advantage ama take was ya na wo nya honioma nyoma nyina after wa bemu 23 or 27 years 11 years de mo ko no mo nko a dictatorship we must enya under democracy mo nya 8 years account 16 years account 27 good years na what here ka say yendi school dan papa ni homa enya ofere ye kra the people I want yendi no should know who the kind of people you guys are ukasa to say the yendi kro no ye chichire na enura ya and then you sit here again talking about say comfort nkra ha mo omunya nsuo nom after 27 good years enya ofere someone need legacy behind these areas. After 27 years, you do man yashamusa. Kwame Nkrumah mkwe kofa oman ba omunya that number of years. Omukwe nyamu bonya we want me amfa oman ankosi ba bia enne wabetena ekekam se de ubi bia yira. Ye aboso kan issues yi. Asa na mekaze mo opposition ya. Obi antu aboso kan fo. Aboso kan so wati omu leaders na nkasa. Omo se omo na de petition. Your friend saying Mahama president, Mahama time. And omko stress ho na you choked. Just like a banya baby fufu bi ama omo a. You ignore them. Abai papa buy a listening government buy and omko renew omo petition no say Mr. President ni mpanyimfo. Aha you choked. Ye ho kire na me nua say okitaka na wakwa boso kan akoto ade penso a. Obehu say it's a fact. Sa boso kan you choked. The leadership na ne on man penny focus here no so okay fine and ye be kwa prepare BIAMAH mo omo ni omo team omo leadership any aban penny for ne all those stakeholders ehia te say omo be design West Africa spare parts hub complete hub adena mo da de foforo bia ba te say mo de dada no na mo nim because aboso kan ye nananom kotena aboso kan enti ye nso ye ntra ho na ye ma e ba nyina so nkotena ho ye ko prepare hoba where one stop a year che say okoko si ho mo a say ye car foforo na wokoto say ye second hand na wokoto say wi aka no ye service centers any hospitals school bibia ye see complete hub for the whole West Africa aboso kan leadership ni panyifo na a design enuma ni nyina omo input eka ho enwie payempo etu obia ankotu omo uti omo say he ye wi a ye voluntary so better boso kan ha no bi beje 20 years and answer minimum cry be 5-10 years am kan say mbo that rent advance no omo di bia goodwill hwan ade adnan still ye ho be kire ha de ye wie ne say mo stores any stores nya ade ye bibio ha mamu wa apese okon ko ho de nya government land no bi akutu obi ana meboa eye private land nto obi ntimi nkotu obi ne mom say ye that modern hub na se obia emuvu ko na se also obetena o de obetena oda dem homo a because we are NDC nia koso tena ho that is the plan please tena me plan no meeting na omo akoso asema me can me kase omo nko yes you prepare that hub na mamo omo akasa leadership eye involved look omo be yet say omo be so called press conference ye bitu omo yom nko ne ade no obi akota landlords nachi so landlord ono na ayi ho de onim say yakosi bebi mo no mo kwa as you will lose but omo stores ankasa ho omo edi dwa ankasa mpanyimfo na ho no omo na asre ye nko develop that hub ne ma omo na omo move nko omo feel say ho no enye omo a please ma kire two difference no kasa na mo ha de yedin so omo wie na say o de o se nko na me kan private land so da me chere But one crown I'll be percent. So I'm passing what you be storm now to idea or not this new place, not Ghana for Ubia so move ko home one abako. Stop you. Time in maybe a waff and say so mobile continent or China yan you could do. That is not the issue. Uncle say your channel be answer your man no monko. Oh. Uncle say your channel mun yamusa your man monko. No, that's not the issue. That yet here and a match on. But and this is for the
process.
A process. And this is for the same thing here. Ghana Cardi. Oh, that be make sure how you people be a new biano from Ghana card. Oh, please. Because I'm how. Ya be Ghana card. The same thing. And you say. We are here, the machine of President Mahama if you the coin or register. The members of parliament, and these members of parliament, the machine called parliament, no register. Boko. Meanwhile, you fooled your followers. Said they shouldn't register. They shouldn't register. We are here, no. Could deal bufasu. Do baby afi na ebi could yes kakransa na it I am registered. That is how these people will continue to fool their followers. So, now, for example, when anti Ghana Hamu, this will be our own ready, no one well informed, and anti say they are so called 10% no doctrine, from the controller and accountant general. And I'm yes. Oh, that be what you do me voluntary, oh please. It was not backed by any law, so let me inform you. Was it backed by law? Oh, please. Because about hacking the massa won't controller and accountant general, and my night, yes, almost so called 10% almost on my dog, almost half a chili or my dear. And
that's Canada.
And some your private money. Cheap contract be a Ghana Biano, a government funded project. Controller and accountant. If you don't read that, you misinform yourself and you misinform your followers. So, but when you talk about brain drain, yeah, soprano. Oh, now I'm graphic number TS.
I gave it 10 minutes. What's spending is
the normal year, and I want to allow more. Anyway, Nina can't go home. Yes, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. I don't know why I go find by or Sajifo. So, Abroche Kroyebia. Ghana for static core, Abroche dear. A predate even your independence. But what we have to do, the way forward, and they say, yes, see, to me create enough jobs. Let me know if it's compare. I won't compare. I won't waste my time on them. Who am I to say? I mean, comparing this in the MPP to say, I mean, Obi can say being taller than a dwarf doesn't make you a tall person. Then this is the not. So, many ideas. What perhaps we have to do? Simple, yen to mean containing and country be as in your ma or no to me containing in Kofunina. It's what I'll see a formalized education system, Gofua Etukano, such say the other countries behind the nurses and your war, I can say, disadvantage.
Opportunity and answer the demand and answer the
comparative advantage.
Okay.
If it's a necessary, if it's a nursing, if you make me training more, now you export them. Why not? You're formalizing. You're training as many nurses as we can. The doctors, the teachers, the whatever. You need to continue now. You're formalizing no more. The returns.
Necessary train won't be brave. Boy, and posty one more 2 years. One more to fit.
Etina. Now, Unim says they are even better than Unim a backlog and all. Me patches an ameboa. Backlog a battery was about 6 years or so. I know maybe you coming in a goofy. Then the Yamiadum near to me a clear backlog Yama Becca one batcher. When Yadia Moasia was Uncle Bonocrono. The person who caused that mess had the nerves to come and be talking about that issue. the president na youth no e padwuma oh please
John
oh padwuma na mo kan o se onye magician no ma wadwuma we nye minister na kan the president himself President Mahama so do onye magician no ma youth no adwuma obi baaye napko keke crowd dey buy 100,000 of such youth emuvu enya adwuma na Daisy enuanu no mo say scared mom ni so hwe 700 ni so ko other graduates were some of these banks in the kokokwe tell us attitude on say omusari say no mo gia na eso ne yenuanu mu pese omu paint picture no as if say enye kura no ambulance at 275 about 300 de ba kuru mam no encreate job kura no o the minimum ba ku bia say driver ba ku pe kura no ma that is 300 at obi aso nim say ba ku bia other support service staff eka ho mon ko fa ambulance na no tontura ne that Mercedes Benz to drop yam kofa ban and the Bema camp and they fight nantwie ayi omo nwura no and yes say they come on because it was not fit for purpose anya hwe kura no one district one factory about 116 of them are up and running no kwa create direct jobs direct and indirect jobs of over 156,000. What's that? Ambulance that is not fit for purpose. Yeah. He's coming to lie again. He's coming to 500 ambulance.
Have you seen how clueless this government is? How clueless this government is?
Masa, and yes, shouting contest. And yes, shouting contest. It's a shouting contest there.
Mr. Afo.
Ambulance that Muhammad de Bayano. The Ghana Ambulance Services.
There was nothing
CEO. Please listen. CEO. And yeah, time you. Ambulance enya say ordinary car bia na bia na tumi di ambulance o
na mo na ordinary car bia
that is why the Ghana Ambulance Services sa papa no CEO no unzo ya ndisi ni wa contest omo elections cry before but omo time onye say yen time po obe declare say enya fit for purpose o say 5 na buy it was about 40 omo die mu 40 something penny buy omo di hu skeni na that the buy no so omo nipa no be ka say enya fit for purpose. Eti ne wi ase na se de koma soldier for no mo de twi omo na ntwi sa nya na ntwi mponko na omo do omo ye yi no so oh that be they also oh na de nya adwuma ni bia na ye no sa ukọ parade na military mponko na soldier for no use ka so mo ye ordinary mponko so ti me de man no si no what I'm saying is say brain drain enye new phenomenon however going forward no I was say you're formalizing no. Now you share 1, 2 or 3 areas be between produce more such personnel. Now you export. Now you export 2 years so now you formalize. Ghana is one of your main sources of foreign direct investment. And no cry now you call for our side. No do now man remittances. You call for any baby.
Thank you very much, Honorable Benjamin Aye and Ote Nenkano. Now a quick one. Let's go because time in the Honmokra. Government to put measures in place to reduce imported inflation. Inflation now they say every cost and I'm saying 23.6%. And yama ye import to ye crafty amanone eba anka the papa mu Ghana ye betimi aye bie no ye ntimi nye ne saa enti ye ane yasan twe ho na yakokra efra amanone aba government say or de hihye egu akwan mu to reduce those things soprano brema me
wa me da say import substitution and I'm say a minister of finance jamon kan say
yeah
say minister of finance no mum ye very disappointed in him na me time bia me kan say Nanado, I'm so near reshuffle pen. So, Anna Crawford, family and friends, a bushing of food to who the woman in coffee. But me say, no, Nanka, me feel, say, Minister of Finance is one of the first people I know was saying, Mano, a cordina home. But, and I'm saying, Nanado, Tomo, your candidate. Now, Minister of Finance, a man, 1 million cities on one and numuno. We are sure, say, Nuntina still no, that's one position, because the way our manage economy now, and the disastrous economic conditions now, I'm surprised he's still at post. So, and Then an ampo and Ankebia Onka say Honorable Kofia. I would have thought say the Minister of Finance himself would have just stepped aside. But it is clear to everybody that the Minister of Finance is having fun on his job and he has no plans to leave the good people of Ghana to, try another minister. So, Anna, I cannot help say, and Anna can say, we have the men. And they could see us saying, so, in person because he be a opinion way and also opinion way, but we have the men. Oh, yes, and I didn't ask him good years. Oh, now, at the core of inflation, sir, petrol prices now, yentimi stabilize wo krom ha. You can't. Omumi enka so na oba say na no ada ni edin komo last week ni edin komo about petrol no so na there's something key bi na me feel say was here mention so now unsa na ka say Ghana gallon e bi out the bad dollars ma be $5.2 to $5.4.
Yeah.
But the omuka so ko US and tesa but the tiani say US 1 gallon will US no a different it's just 1 gallon Ghana. Yeah. The can say US for more 1 gallon and yet the same quantity no the same. Enya ye kitwe bi. Research am here no so say the be a tie for no beti a Ghana for no. Almost in the Americas 1 gallon is equivalent to 128 fluid ounces or 3.78 and 3.8 liters. So, but in the UK, it is equal to 4.5 liters. So now, so we check here. There's a big difference, 20%. A Ghana, a gallon, no, a 20% more than US 4 gallon. So, a research they say, you see, the difference between the American and English, gallon, no, your friend of English, then imperial, any American system, no, it's about 20%. So, the confusion kakraba. In the year 1824, the British for no adopt to imperial system. It's almost say 1 gallon about 10 pounds. We are in Suno. And America for the no to say the American 3.5 America for the year 3.8 liters. And I had the year 4.5 liters. So, but so for America for 3.8 no now they are 4.5. Now so we share Ghana the end 4.5 and our imperial system 4.5 now. As some make a bush for mun internet so na mun busa British gallon and a US gallon obenya Google. So it is a we share difference now no one will say gallon na ye ton be what the dollars mo ye $5.20 and $5.40 no. America for a 4.5 liters $5.20 and $5.40. It will beat America. Or 1 gallon to say them no to ewo krum ha say na MPP 4 person mo can say oh yeah the chief say the same thing
no
hold on no but the gallon is not the same that's my explanation yeah
your price and what's wrong now
hold on one to my see mini ma menchire mo wan tie ase you did not let me reiterate. Okay, penny the okay say you are not makasabi. I am time. One tia sia ma minchire mu. Honorable ma minchire mu. Tie na me se mi amini. Okay, ma mi amini. Mini ma men kama ase ma urade nyankopɔ. MPP for say you are no mu futuro. Omo aban na to nsuom no. Thank you. The American say the American say Debbie and because we're holding me on Debbie he's heckling me trying to prevent me from telling Ghanaians the truth. Debbie Tete Minie the American say British gallon 20% more than American gallon. Currently no American gallon price near a bit lower. It's the NPP excuse me I'm explaining. It's MPP 4 account almost a gallon there US no crown. So but say you would 20% now less US no. Would 20% can one. American in Ghana ni air ton 1 gallon 4.5 liters. Let me say that 4.5 liters no. Both Americans and British and Ghanaians for that matter are buying it for about $5.2 per. me point in say no.
Gallon no so. America there, but we are paying the same price.
No. Let me say it again. See, 3.5 liters no. 3.5 liters in America for a ton $4.80 today. And a ton ye no $5.20.
Meanwhile, your gallon no so.
Because it's 20% more. It is a offer. 20%. Yeah. But the main person me can say very important. Say me clear what we say no. So the 20% in America for year less no. E the can America for the no. Omo ton to say the any pepe. But say wo hwe economy now omo run in America. Enya bi ne run no krom ha. And the MPP for we gina honuma. We have the men I say omo abon no. Now see chirechirem magana for who say henya no omo boy. Me answer me question no.
5 minutes because of
5 minutes. Okay, honorable, I hope so be honorable 5 minutes because MPP for no but now say omo 6 minutes, 7 minutes. So how them person me try. Yeah, honestly, so the David question Ben Crabbe na on about through me off.
They can say inflation no friends say
import substitution
inflation no and also can be the government so put two measures in place to reduce that.
Sure and look the whole solution yeah they calling na and say import substitution. So indeed so
import substitution why you came from
I had to tell you say it's one of the NMA inflation equal high no. Yeah to petrol man not driver for to BBM. Na BIAMAH inflation no equal so but you look I analysis I want to give credit where it's due. Despite saying na do odini ti no nsuo mu a won hye den hu de oye no. One day sit 150 near the adom de equity adwuma be tre no ho. We are one pie say nko betimi amia mu kakra. Na enyoma na ye krakra ne bi no more no nke be ye no kroma bibi ti say emo so ho emo wo krom ha say no ye wo cartel nkrophobia omo ye akukudam omo na ekra emo nti ye den Ghana right no mo mpese epeja no mu
and na me bow some of the foreign rice importers no ubehwe no na omo akoto local rice omo akoto bebre na so omo de akosi so omo de akosha hiu so that ebe confirm
no
go for pa omunya foreign no de no
no not just etina make say na say president here reshuffle because minister of agriculture no so atena ho sa na atena ho ma we ko so final wade am de beka ho no say me time aso any sugar you spend billions of cedis at the crash sugar back room ha meanwhile president John Mahama ebe tena aso no we see commander factory na nana do buy say o de me hu ade aye nana Akufo-Addo ye president ate say President Mahama ya ade no ba ko finish ni chechi wo chiri kwa ante commander sugar factory say nka nanado etimi wie ya nka ema sika na ya gigi no etna kroma ema inflation ba from inflation e cost no it is a victory it's of their own making their incompetencies no and ema inflation no e cost no
they are putting measures
na fe ayi akokọ na ayi abo na adwane ya free buo mu na mo so be ye gate atum
soprano and out ten nka no John Bacho Bremame
mommy what's the day
5 minutes.
Now what's the thing?
Inflation, imported inflation.
Oh, mommy, na sani na aye just ayeko. But sa
na make baby say enia man ka yanka sa locally. E betimi ya produce wa ha no be hwe ne ye twa ye ho ne ye kra.
I'm not making. Na catch and say obesi 1 to 1 factory. Oko bono ho side. Tomatoes nko na edua ho na meboa. Almost 6 years of President Akufo-Addo's administration. Once we see factory be ho. And toast to me ba and dem no ka say oko market and toast 1.5 million.
And no pay meeting information be me who dream me agogudwom yasin to se ne egu ho aye nto I am wondering and na ne competent
yes but your minister
I know na nim na traders nim say nto si wagogo and wo monko fa na say what is happening
an opportunity for the unemployed youth so a business opportunity Senka youth no omuni omuni adwuma no because in toast boy the back 2 cities wa akra eti nko so omutimi kɔ hɔ ba ni nyina no kɔwie sɛ na begu bank ni nyina nti muntimi mmobosia na gugu bank
ya kɔ afa
na bi ni nyina mu no de tumi ahye amafo nsa mommy wuti ha sesi yi ya de tumi hye wonsa I so control yi na wo hwɛ sɛ program yi enye basabasa
wo sɛ man ka mɛbɔ mo no
that be but so making sure say the program orderly on na wugu so awoyi o my time limit na ade program Sani di tumi ahya na Akufo Addo nsa. Say ndua ba ye duadua o ma we mu a etumi bugu so a afedu bebi a na ehho akire yen. Na afe wo petrol so a wunya. Ebi na me no wo mu ye o. So that tomatoes ba ma ye utumi top market be 20 Ghana cedis. Ba ye tumi nya I dream be betumi say o ye first store baby I betumi store tomatoes no. And then utumi to jene o market. But you boy din but wo minister bi wo ho a ono o tie condition mu. And obe catch us say oh you call market cry brother premier
brother 4 cedis
4 Ghana cedis. Me wanya no cry. Oh, we don't have practical ministers. They want to say we have the men, no. I am not saying number shall they come to dupe our Ghana for. Kakane ya wano ombe be fako. Mommy, eti na ba ne sa no. Enda me no ka say inflation number 23. Ana me boa. Uko Togo 7%. Uko Cote d'Ivoire and number 4%. Eti ba ne sa na say we have the men. Na afei ye inflation na number baby. Eti ye dey ya nka say inflation o. E dey ya see e bottom na te sen. Because some no ka say the session bottom sisi a meti he ya. The session bottom a. Be san kwato hwe. I know why. It's one hour.
Esimu say try.
Where 200? Where 200? I didn't get oh, actually, with the chairman from Oman.
I the force.
Oh, actually, oh, me for more abehu. And do be 100 Ghana cedis. Actually, me be kwa no. I don't be na buy because I some bet my Ghana for. Totto na me tie na buy. Sha try me shamba me titi totto. Oh, that be. And you say be I say. Pempe so Ghana na kodu no. Ebina na okase amafo kwa hye coat tira totto. Sa na Akufo Addo promise Ghana for. Oh, anya sa eti sesem bi bana say wo baby wo na bana fe wesa. Na fe Ghana for yesu Fred John Mahama. Because John Mahama incompetence in kra no. Ne ye to tomatoes 150 Ghana cedis. Ne ye to petrol 9.25 pesos. Ne ye to diesel 11 cedis 40 pesos. Na dollar nam 7 cedis 50 pesos. Eti wa also ye competent na. Wo so wonim wiase nyama nyina na wo Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia no ye the champion of economics no. Oba you to be manage the economy no. Eti ba ne sana na momi ya toba ha. Ya wo emamu. Esu ya wo ye ninji. Yo, me dem tia. Ya wo ya emamu ye ninji. Yo ya wo emamu. Arahu nkwa ne yedi. Akwacha enso yen. Ye before we be kwa adwuma betu akawie no. No wadi akwacha nyina awie.
1 week no wadi awie.
Wadi awie.
3 days.
You dey 3 days. Yo. Oh, ati mommy. That's the condition. President Neku. Oh, echo ya den kra na. Baby bono to. Se be I say ketre no. Okwato kra benya white bi bo. Ati President Neku for the day. He will be remembered as the worst government ever in the history of Ghana.
That's it. Ana benai.
What's the topic near
They say government is putting measures in place to reduce imported inflation. Oh, the owner book out.
Opposition. Opposition for.
Me ka Ghana for komu.
Yeah.
Even the ka sugar factories this year strategic investor.
I want one minister that can say. You got brand first. And I'm boy.
Your commander sugar factory ho. They say the most strategic investor up to now.
Because of your time. Your time minister.
Okay. Issue bad. I see a pearl might to me at the solutions in. You can't imported inflation and they say nyoma ye kraba ha bebre a che say because nyoma born e kosoro out there no ntino yes you kofa bi ba ha mo a na mane born so akosoro is it true to begin with no say it means say out there no so kra nyoma boy kosoro is it true say UK and US inflation e kosoro sisi a no ba 40 years ni omuhu bi da e wo mu krom ba 30 years ni omuhu bi da wo mu krom is it true? That is true. So no inflation akosura ma 40 years ohun bi da na se ho na se okofa nyoma de ba likely say nyoma no ba na ne boaye de covid sense mbae ubisa o ma ship nyoma ne ade a e bia container ba akokura e bia na ka first no okofa nyoma obetu ya about $3,000 no and some of them are paying $14,000 $15,000 we know ublemu na nado a ede na ye this all NDC ni so and you don't understand the issues na office bibia say e de koso na nado it is a unya minister bi ba say yes or say a funny means that inflation na ye import de ba ye krom no e be hwe say so beti a na ye nyanke ato adwe say den ye betumi aye okay you know say starting from the average Ghanaian too much taste for foreign goods.
Yeah.
And this is open solution now, and now going for a permanent, also find a solution if you taste that for whatever reason. This is or the example, I was cook this salad. Some guys said, no, me salad, good, me can say you're good. But my package said, me, yes, one pay. Because me taste, old guys, old folks, you know. It taste you. Fufuonia brabuni la soup ni sa na manyo ma no.
Agona no been me invite am abe.
Oh, ene ka. Oh, no kran gan de na madu. So, but and ye youth we just say oni e friend say pizza. Oni na say the one ni pizza say you don't know what time it is. Me so no param say me pe body apesi e dey be ka da dey. Ope milo bi ne those kinds of drinks ni bi na anom. Emu ya ye ya. Ope perfume rice. And in terms of nutrition, no so dear.
Local rice.
And no, local. As we taste now, conquer for the new moon. It is a culture in woman yarn starting and net. Me catch it all. Ubedria, Niente Ghana, the good days of Mr. Champo time now, as it is. Oh, Debbie. Make the good of it. I know I never appreciate yourself was a successful. But the point I'm making is that those times no GTP no mu national until say NDC ne farasi fu beton state owned enterprises now. So please. That time no minim say GTP ye ne ntoma ni wi a because Ghana ni ye taste for foreign any month no. Na sa kalabule makola ma no etumi ko GTP ho. E ma ye instead of made in Ghana no, na ye de made in Holland aboba no the same ntoma now. So the made in Holland.
Made in Ghana.
That's made in Ghana. Because it said Nipa no pay foreign a. So I don't see another year say me especially going forward. See I'm sure taste not just the food products, but imported a year better. That is why we will go out there and import a friends toothpick. Our bra and if you are Apia you will be an as now panu be now the use more. Onuma da ho fine. When you for make the best is change your mentality. Okay? And tuma entire she some of them Ghana de ye be kwa kofa abegua Ghana fo gu so e wa bra bi ade ke ya ye wo Ghana hana no just because ade no if you foreign and the buy anything no if you say yes he knows what time it is.
Today na wo here as president.
And how to say Ghana
issues and problems are.
Please.
It's not what Ghanaians are looking for.
Governance.
What is the solution?
Governance and event. That Mosaka one mentality. I move yourself. A click of a button. It doesn't work.
I say it to me.
It doesn't. We are then.
Commander Sugar Factory. Up to now, to me by
I said you are my can't here. And I mean, who them in describe. Commander Sugar Factory. Commander Sugar Factory. Before one Kasako no more strategic investor to take over. Complete. You don't know, ignorant for lack of knowledge. Listen. Mami explain here. Omo time. Omo commission we na no dey dey to diversity. More per strategic investor mo be complete project no.
Okay.
Amanfo e ba ho nyina say project no is not good.
It is never true. We were producing sugar in this country. Under President Mahama. And even the Captain Smart
he is the only person. He is the only person
who were producing sugar in this country. Under President Mahama. And you can get NDC the fees wa.
Store back as sugar be
now.
Look at him.
I am telling you, the question.
But now,
President Mahama, we were producing sugar in this country.
Massa,
we were producing sugar. Ask Captain Smart. Mr. Captain Smart.
Now brown sugar, now white sugar.
It was white sugar. Only journalists are more employment.
That's not no person. At that time, no, he wanted to go and see.
There were no journalists in this country.
Were you able to go there? We were not preventing any.
How many journalists did you invite to cover that?
We did not invite him. He went there himself.
Investigative Anas journalism. Anas journalism. Third question. Last word. Last word.
I'm surprised.
John, calm down.
You are shouting too much, please.
Yes.
And it's not your time.
Martin.
Honorable is on the floor.
I'm surprised.
No, please. I'm equally shocked.
So I will say, under President Mahama, we're not.
You say we were producing sugar.
Where will be?
What I saw was just a container of sugar. Who produce from?
Was it sand? But you want us to bring and I'm saying, have you seen the hypocrisy of Ghanaian media people?
I'm telling you,
we produce sugar under President Mahama.
Okay,
that's the fact.
About the man you chat your last word now.
But yet the Google to come
about the America.
Okay. So, yeah, no more builder castles in the
wrap up.
Now, at the end of the day,
John, calm down.
Okay, thank you very much for coming. Thank you so much for coming because of for your telephone lines now to my 0302-243-540, 0302-257-902. Ubet me a friend out to drink abaye ko ahomane so hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Me pa cho dini baby afrefi.
BIAMAH 1.
Yeah, me too. Yanko.
NDC MPP because almost say o man no na ye nim ona sebe almost pen ana mo de boy for no e man say ye ma ya bai ye ma ga ya bia no ta ko ma ja ai diga fa dia mo tan wa sam ni we aduma mo kan wa sam ni fa e hu nya no ni na hu nya go mo ba mo nyu o man ho
Medasipi. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Me ba cho di baby afrefi.
Original Cocoa Senior.
Yo, original, yet you.
That I was in working my fire net what Amagana man. She told me as a safe. Go for an ending in my own watching and so what. Magyama. And this man, I'm taking the book and say, one Kazan. Almost in another racing in it. Another by what Kata to be brave. Mumudiana Namu condom tie. Namojika or tie. Nanado, standing in our way for free education about which lesson training allowance, study program, grammar and pasta.
Yeah, that's it. Hello, good afternoon. If I told you, baby, Afrefi.
When do you want to know?
Yo, ain't you?
And no job people here, a keep on, I have to be seen. Papa, Dr. Victor Omia, Mr. Nepal, let's say Ghana to say. Yeah, you're the fire NBC. Oh, so much again, John, Mama. About this, and the next say Ghana to say. We may maintain NPP because a man say NPP and to me, I'm here, my young. What do you say, your name? And then no. Let's say who said the whole way. No, the people are not happy.
Let us say hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon, I got my papa to say.
Okay, Udini baby Afrefi.
Russia will be castle free Jamestown.
Yo, Russia it you.
Maybe sa end this news say. Edobodo. After that, Omwa Jaika. Come on, Uyazi. Kesia, Emwa Diamomu. Obi nya adwuma wakọ ministries wakọ di pay sugar factory na or see omu aye no sugar no to me market dia see omu to sugar no bi wo e coffee factory omu ya juice no na do be ye no ondra le be ya to wo kom amafo nya adwuma mu ye NDC mudia mu nimu bye bye.
Madam Asia Honey, I did you my dinner, Bessie Asedan Coma production crew, Jordan Madumak Jeros, Hajma Frema, Bankron, and Naya Safo. Dr. Father Dixon na and so producer from afar. May sorry sweet dear Ola Michael Eba Beje Jaji and Tata dear Akofie. Medin had Mammy BIAMAH AKWAFO, BMZ one woman Gadama, Miss Sojani Mia Fremia, Mejo so, Medoa Sesa Nimina, a train you could send on 9 Abui. A crowd.